All right, let's look at this room. We're back in Hollywood.
Hollywood.
I got a text and a phone call saying that Leo was coming out, so I got on the next flight, and I hauled ass to come on over here, and here I am, sitting on my pink flamingo chair that I brought last time I was here. So I forgot to bring you any furniture this time.
I've been meaning to move it outside so I can have a friend.
And apparently you still have no neighbors, I'm guessing?
No, not really.
There was somebody, when you guys were talking, they were walking behind you. And
I think it was like a DoorDasher. I don't know.
Well, if it was a DoorDasher, then they stole someone's sofa chair. So, I don't know if your neighbors are getting robbed or what's going on. Just another one bit the dust. They're fucking moving out today.
Dude, everybody's moving out. When I first moved in, they were throwing parties in the courtyard. We were drinking. We're having a good time. Now it's so depressing.
I know. It's survival of the fittest out here.
I wonder if that trash bag or that one plastic bag is still just hanging on that tree branch. I haven't looked.
Probably is. So the very first intersection here in Hollywood, as soon as I arrived, car accident right in front of me.
Awesome.
Yep, some guy pulling out. He was in the right side. I was going straight. Cars were in the left, and this car in the right just said, "Fuck you, I'm not waiting anymore." It just barreled right out in front of traffic. Boom, T-bone.
Oh, my God.
Right there. And then, of course, all the cars pull up to them, and they can't figure out that they're just going to go around the accident. So now there's like 6 or 7 cars waiting in this fucking intersection. Lights going green. Everybody's honking their horn. And welcome to Hollywood.
Hollywood.
And Leo, this is your first time on a podcast in many of years.
Yep, my triumphant return.
Yep, first time here ever. What do you think of Mike's shagging pad? I mean, he's got his...
He did good.
I don't want to call it shag carpet in the living room, but, it still is a winter day, and he's got his fucking windows open.
It's the most depressing bachelor pad you'll probably ever see, but it works.
I don't know. I think it's fine. I think he's doing good.
All right. Yeah, I think you're doing good. I haven't opened your freezer to see if the block of cheese is still in there.
The waffles are still there.
The waffles are still there.
And White Castle.
Yeah, the White Castle.
How old's the pizza that's in there?
Okay.
Probably from the last time I was here.
Oh, my God.
I thought it was the same box.
I was throwing away some stuff. I was trying to clean up before you guys got here, and I'm like...
throwing away your pots and pans. Like, oh, they're dirty fucking...
I've done that.
I'll buy new ones.
No, it's the cool thing about that is, like, I've done that before. Like, I don't feel like washing this. In the trash it goes.
Well, that should not be a reason, because we bought you a scrubber for your dishes,
you
dish soap, bought you fucking glasses.
You bought me some Paw Patrol cups.
But still, they count as something.
Nice of you.
Yeah.
That was really nice.
A toaster?
I was showing him all the stuff.
Toaster.
Yeah, he got me the Baby Yoda toaster.
Yeah, so probably by the end of this year, if not start of next year, every time I come out, I only brought you beer this time. But every time I come out, I usually bring something. So I think there will be at the point of end of this year or early next year that I will have more items that I brought to his house than he has furnished his own house with.
Well, yeah, because everything that's from Steve. That's from Steve.
Yeah, I'm like, Steve bought me that. Those waffles.
Goddamn Spice Girls
Here's
poster.
My toaster. There's the Spice Girls poster.
I feel bad because we had a couch that we were trying to sell, and we ended up just donating it. And I could have gave it to Mike. You could have had a second...
I could have had like a sectional, like
yeah, it was a 3-piece,
but that means that all of his boxes that have been here since I've been here.
That's my box for my hats. That's my box for my Darth Vader doll and my old CDs.
He doesn't have countertops or tables or TV stands. He has boxes that he puts stuff on.
Yeah. My brother was supposed to buy me a new entertainment center. I was telling Leo before he got here. And he was like all excited. He was like, all right, yeah, just Venmo me the money that we bought for drinks. So I did. I paid him $40. He's like, all right, I'm going to stop by your place tomorrow. And he's like, we'll go to Walmart and I'll build you a new. It was a really cool entertainment
That was the last time I talked to you, because the day before you went over to your brother's, built the same exact entertainment center. And you were like, man, this would be cool to have one.
He's got one in his, the twins room, and he's got one in the youngest room. And he's like, you know what? I'm just going to buy you one. He's like, it'll be your birthday gift. And he was like bragging to the girls. He's like, girls, I'm going to get Mike one tomorrow. We're going to build it together. And then,
so what the fuck happened? Because I don't see it.
I don't know.
You don't know?
He called me and he's like, hey, you want to come over? And I'm like, sure. And I'm thinking to myself, hey, we're going to go to Walmart. We're going to get it. We'll go to my place. the girls can just hang out and play like Diddy Kong Racing in my room or something like that.
Go play in the courtyard with the other savages.
Yeah.
Here, take this knife in case
and
it
I'm
gets
like,
really hairy.
we're just gonna, I was like, whatever. I was like, oh yeah, me and him are gonna build it. And then he's like, no, I got lazy. And I'm like, motherfucker.
But when you get that frees up your table for...
Yeah, so I'm gonna have a new coffee table to wherever I want it to be. It's gonna probably hold my hats. And
you probably put your boxes and everything underneath, so you can still taller. Utilize it for sure. Yeah. And speaking of utilization, how's that new headset? You got a chance to finally get on some Grand Theft Auto a little while ago?
Yes, we played some GTA together.
Yeah.
It was really good. This headset's actually really cool. I actually do like it. Thank you.
Yeah. Another gift.
Another gift, yeah.
Yeah, like all Steve, yeah. I'm using it for the podcast, pants. Plus, GTA and gaming and everything. So
now, what about the Cybertruck? What are your thoughts and feelings on the Cybertruck?
Aren't they rusting out?
Are they really?
Well, I heard they were rusting.
They're made out of aluminum, aren't they? Stainless steel on the outside.
Yeah, because it can take a bullet, or it can take a lot of abuse, but then they go and throw that big old ball bearing at it during the one conference, and it fucking shatters.
Watch how durable our windows are! Boom.
They're pretty smart because when you get in the truck, if you tap on the windows, they'll smash and they'll play the sound from when they broke. So there's got like an Easter egg for the front and back.
No shit.
Yeah,
very.
I saw it in person. I got to see it in person. It does look pretty cool. Yeah, it's a pretty cool vehicle.
Pretty high tech.
It looks fucking hideous. I'm sorry.
I like it.
You got to see it in person.
I'd have seen it in person. And I'm just not into the look and the feel of it. If that's the look and the way of the future, I think we should have some more streamlined body designs and just make it look a little bit cooler. But yet again, I'm not a Tesla person.
Yeah.
Maybe one day I'll own an electric vehicle.
I mean, what is it, like 2030? We're going away from gas-powered vehicles, so it's like...
I'm going to say good luck for the industry, because if we are, look how much infrastructure they're going to have to do in 5 years. They're going to have to put a shit ton of charging stations everywhere.
Well, I mean, the GM plant right across from my work, they built that giant fucking building just dedicated for electric vehicles. So, I mean, everybody's going there. So,
but for someone like me, unless I'm going to charge into my garage, I have to drive down towards the city in either direction 40 minutes to charge my vehicle. If I want to go up north and travel, I got to figure out where the charging stations are.
I'll tell you.
Do you have chargers at work?
Yes, but by the time I get there, depending on the shift, they're all taken up. So if you pull in and your car is fucking dead, I'm going to have to wait until, we'll say, 6 o'clock in the afternoon, charge my car for 2 fucking hours just to get home. And then, my God, man, another hour drive on top of that? Shit almighty.
Just charge it while you're at home.
Just spend $4 a gallon, because that's fucking what it was today.
I was never a fan, but we rented one for a road trip. It was a Model 3.
Tesla?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I want to so bad.
It was the most fun I've ever had. Because you don't... I mean, on the highway, I used the autopilot. On back roads, we didn't. But it works. I mean, it really does work.
You did
really
autopilot like you were like...
Jesus, take the wheel, hit the button. Just say a prayer.
I'll show you what you guys are thinking.
I thought that was like in like beta mode. Like they're testing it out. Like people are literally just sleeping in the back seat with autopilot.
So that's what it was for a while, and then they did a software update. Because what they can do, obviously they can do all these kind of updates when the car is just sitting there. You don't need to take it in anywhere.
Yeah.
And they did it to where that you have to still respond or put your hands on the wheel. You got to do something so many times in a minute or 2 minutes or whatever the time or the time span is in order for the autopilot to keep on working.
You could use an orange. You could shove an orange and it would think your hand was there, and they fixed that.
Jesus. Crafty people.
Just
because they don't want to drive.
It really works. I mean, I don't know. I didn't think I'd like it as much as I did. But once I got used to the car, I mean, coming back to, the Honda was really hard. Because we got so used to it.
I got to turn the steering wheel now. This is bullshit.
Well, we got it stuck in, there was an accident, so it was bumper-to-bumper traffic. So it'd move, stop, move, stop, move, stop. But you can tell it to follow, there's a Cadillac. I told it to follow it, and you can tell it how far to follow. And we didn't have to do anything. So you're just kind of letting the car drive and stop, and then once traffic was cleared, It just goes from there, and you can tell it how far. If you wanted to go 5 miles over the speed limit, what speed limit it should keep.
You can tell it to speed.
You can tell it to speed. Yeah, you can tell it can go. Yeah, so I didn't think I was going to like it, but we loved it after the trip. And we were both kind of like, wow, that was nice. Yeah, so.
I was thinking about this, and I don't know if they already do this, so correct me if I'm wrong or enlighten me.
Yeah.
But let's say somebody has a Tesla.
Yes.
They don't make their payments. They're late on their payments. So instead of a tow truck car company coming out, it will drive itself to the fucking impound lot.
I know
fucking
Ford
repos itself.
No, it's true. Ford wants to do that. I don't know about Tesla yet. I don't think so yet. But yeah, that's a good point, right? Or they can turn it off remotely.
Yes.
And then you can't move it. So
pay your bills.
Pay your bills.
Shit, I can't go to work until I pay my payment. Let me get on the app here.
Pay your bills.
I'm so happy my car's paid off.
Yeah, that was recently too.
This was me in it.
Jesus.
Describe that for the audience.
So Leo is showing me a video of basically you're sitting down in the driver's seat, your feet are kicked over to the passenger side, feet over the center console, not paying attention to the road, talking to the person in the back and watching TV.
He's doing a YouTube video while the car is driving itself.
I don't know, man. That's just it's crazy technology. It's something that I really want to get one just to rent to say that I did do it.
Yes.
But I don't know, man. It's a lot of price in order to get a new vehicle to do all those fancy things, and it's all cool until the fancy things start breaking on you.
I mean, all these cars are so expensive anyway. I mean, you look at it. You're going to spend what? $80,000 on a Tesla. You're probably going to spend the same on a brand new car.
I mean, shit, everything's expensive. I got $15 in gas, and I told you guys what I bought. I walked out with one fucking grocery bag and a 6-pack for you. $86.
$86.
Fucking insane.
It's inflation.
Oh, hey, speaking of that, I wore this T-shirt just for you, Mike.
Oh boy,
can you see it?
Oh
yes. The good, the bad, the ugly, the stupid. I told you, guys, ladies and gentlemen, he was a closet case Republican, and he came out today.
It's not that I came out today. It's not that. I'm not going to come out and say what I am over the podcast for that kind of pure fucking hatred. But I will say that I had reservations on going into the gas station and getting, the gas and stuff that you asked for.
They would love you.
They did. I got 2 compliments when I was in there. One from the person that was leaving and the cashier. Both gave me a compliment on my shirt. And I'm thinking to myself, whoa.
Yes. I remember I told you I bought a bottle of Fiji water, and some older gentleman, he had like a MAGA hat on. He was like, yeah, that's not my water. And I'm like not your president.
Oh, shit.
and I'm feeling like, oh my God, I voted like you did. Oh my God. And he's like, Fiji water. This guy's a Democrat. He's a liberal.
He's one of those communists.
Yeah, that's right.
He's one of those communists. Like the guy got all offended.
You should have had some Myers Flint water.
Yeah.
So the last time that we all sat down in the same room and talked, was it at the garage? The last time that Leo was on a podcast, we all were in the same room together? Because I know there's a few places at Comic-Con, we seen each other over the years.
Yeah, but like a full podcast. Wow, that's crazy.
Think about it. That was back in 2015.
It's almost 10 years, yeah.
It's been a long fucking time. I think it's been probably closer to 15 since we all had a podcast released. And, yeah, it's been a long, long time.
I just remember Leo doing this skit. There was a skit that I think Family Guy or American Dad did. It was like the squirrels, and they were doing like, you remember What's Eating Gilbert Grape? Like, hey, give me one of those brownies. I just started dying.
Okay,
he's like, no, why don't you give me, Gilbert? Why don't you give me one of those brownies? I started dying.
I remember that. That was maybe back in 2010, 11, or 12.
It had to be like 2012 or something.
And we were recording in a garage, not the garage that I lived in. Well, we were talking about Cortana getting fat. And that was the entire thing of, Cortana ate nothing but KFC for the next Halo, and she's just morbidly obese, and the chief doesn't want her anymore, and yeah.
Oh, yeah, Nate was there. I remember that.
You're like, give me all the ham.
Well, I remember in the show he's pretty mean to Cortana, right? In the TV show.
Oh, yeah. Have you watched the TV show?
Yeah.
When your wife did my haircut, I think I got it Sunday, actually. Last Sunday, she was telling me that she only watched one episode.
And that was the only episode I watched. The first episode. And I know we talked about this many a times before in the podcast, but I'm going to mention it again. It fucking killed it for me because I've been playing that game for nearly 2 decades, and I've never seen the guy's face. And then they go and blow that the very first episode.
You would hate the last 2 episodes then. The episode before, The Fall of Reach, was actually really good. It was Master Chief without, none of the Spartans had their armor. And they're fighting like Covenant, like fucking...
Hand-to-hand combat?
Yeah. And I thought it was pretty good. Did you watch it, Leo?
I haven't seen it. We have Paramount. I just never watched it. I know there's a season 2.
Oh, here I am thinking that I had a fellow person that knew what I was talking about.
I haven't watched it yet. I need to. It's on the list.
Chris has probably watched it. He's probably seen it.
Yes, he's the only one that... We usually text each other, and I'll try to think about it. But no, I think it's pretty good because you know what? These actors, they want to get their face out there. They want to, build their brand. And it's like, you can't do that behind a mask. Somehow Pedro Pascal did it as the Mandalorian. But, yeah, this guy is like a no-name actor. And obviously he wants to get his name out there and his brand. So
I'm sorry, it would just lead me to be the man of mystery, and still I would look on Google or something to see what he looks like or wait for a Comic-Con panel or something. Give me that mystery.
Younger version. I think he does a good job as Master Chief. I personally do, as someone who grew up with Halo. I really do think he does a good job, though. And the show, hit or miss. I mean, he had the love interest with the one weird lady with the blonde hair or like silver hair, who's the bad person. But I mean, they're not following the video game lore at all, which is okay. I don't care.
What they should be, though, for season 2, they should be following the Fall of Reach. So everything before the planet just basically gets taken over.
They are following like the video game lore, but they're not doing it by to the T. But it's like they're doing it their own way.
Do you see the Flood?
I have not seen the Flood yet.
So that should be coming because the second book, I want to say,
was
about the Flood, and then it was the First Strike.
Right now, I haven't seen the Flood. I mean, I probably missed it. I don't know. But they're glassing the planet right now. That's all they're doing. Like, the Covenant is glassing Reach. And then somehow, like, they get all the Spartans out. They weren't fighting with their armor or anything, which I was pretty pissed off about. But, yeah. It was pretty cool to see, like, Master Chief with an energy sword without his suit and everything. The whole time he was fighting like Covenant people, I'm like, grab the fucking energy sword. And I'm thinking to myself like I'm in the video game. I'm like, this is what I would do. And I'm like, grab the fucking energy sword, stab that motherfucker, grab the BR, do this. And I'm like, you'll actually get into it as like a Halo fan. You'll be like, all right, this is what I would do. And they kind of do it pretty well that way. To where like in the action sequences, you're like, okay, this is what I would do. All right, yeah. Like I said.
I had major goosebumps watching that first episode.
Yeah.
And it was very cool because the only live action that I've really seen is some kind of fan live action that they would do on YouTube, or it was back in Halo 3. If you bought like the collector's edition, it came with another disc, and it had videos of a company that they paid a bunch of people to dress up as Spartans and Marines, and they had a lot of CGI, and it was really high-tech and sweet for back in the day. So all the fighting scenes, I really got into it as well. But I just fucking lost all interest when I seen his face. And it's nothing against the guy. It's just I'm against on how they did it, how they portrayed it.
Right. It kind of threw me off, too. But I was like, is it a good thing, bad thing? I don't know. I'm hit or miss. I mean, I don't mind it. But there are some things about the first season. I think the second season is kind of doing a lot better of a job. Because if you look at the first season, they didn't even have, like, the original, like, Halo anthem in their, like, I guess...
Opening credits?
Yeah, opening credits, yes. and then they heard everybody's complaints. So and then now the second season they did the original Halo anthem, and they're literally had it down to a T, showed the Halo and everything. So it's they're listening to critics, they're listening to fans, and it seems like they're actually doing a pretty decent job at trying to cater to the fans right now. I think so. I know there's going to be a lot of people that disagree with me, but yeah, they are doing their best. And it's not that bad. I mean, it is worth a watch.
All right, let's talk about video games. It's been a very long time. We'll do the guest of honor first. What have you been playing most recently?
Madden. Been playing Madden, and then I finished Martha is Dead.
Okay. It's been about 15 years. What other games have you been playing?
I know, right? It's been 15 years. What have you been doing, Leo?
Where the fuck have you been?
Where have you been?
Traveling through multiple states. Now you're back here, so it's fantastic to have you. And
back in Madden.
We're experiencing a very interesting time with the consoles, with the current generation, and then stepping into the next generation. So let's talk about a game like Madden. They've been talking about, I haven't heard any more info on this, about GTA 6 having to pay to play.
What does that mean?
That means you're still going to possibly be charged for a base price of the game. But
they're talking about a subscription base.
So you can pay $9 a month, or you can pay $100 a year.
Well, I don't think that's going to be a thing, but it has been talked about. Sorry, Steve. I don't mean to interrupt.
No, you're fine. So if you're playing a game like Madden that you've been playing lately, can you see yourself paying a subscription for Madden, or even your favorite game? Can you see yourself doing it?
Even for single player? It'd be single player GTA, you'd be paying?
I would think so, yeah. Because it's going to be such a huge game.
I would think no. I would like to at least charge maybe $5 or something for the base game, and you can still have single player. Something where they can still...
$5 for the game?
But if you're going to be charging your consumers anywhere from $9 to $20 a month, why pay $60, $70 for a brand new digital game?
So, Leo, I'm sure you probably heard the rumors about people, saying GTA 6 is going to be $100, $120. And then they're also thinking about, no. We're going to scrub that. We're just going to have them pay, so much money a month, to play the game. But it's I don't know how you would feel. I think they're just going to go, yes, the game, I think, might be, $100. Might be more expensive. Digital, whatever, physical, but I don't think they're going to do a subscription unless it's GTA Online and it's that big.
I feel like that could hurt them because if you look at games like Pal World, which is $30, and Helldivers 2, which we're talking about, that's $40, and those games have taken off. And there's not pay to play or anything. There is a premium season pass, but you can unlock it with the regular pass. So I don't know. That could hurt them in the long run,
I think, yeah.
Yeah, subscription for single player, I don't know. I don't think...
No, not... Yeah, I'm sorry for interrupting.
Yeah, I don't think it would catch on. I'm okay with them, adding DLC and you buy it, but to play, I don't know. That's getting pretty greedy.
So I just found out, because Steve and I, after he got my headset, me and him started playing GTA. So you know how when you bought GTA, it came with online free, right? You just had to pay the Game Pass. It was oh, no. You don't have online anymore. You need to pay another $10 to get the online. You remember that, Steve?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because I could have swore that you threw your headset that night. You were raging
pissed
when that happened.
I was I gotta pay another fucking. I'm my guy's at fucking level fucking 90, and I'm I've never had to do this before, and I haven't jumped on GTA Online in a long time, but I was really pissed off.
Wait, what changed? I haven't played. I own it. I played online, but it's been years.
So the only thing they did is they removed it from the Game Pass, and then you now have to pay for an XS version.
Yeah, so they're two separate games now.
But what if you have you have a copy of the game of GTA 5?
Then you're still going to have to purchase the online version.
Mm-hmm. Oh wow! Okay, so it's a separate game basically.
Yeah.
So basically, with every generation of consoles that comes out, you're going to have to pay for that generational upgrade. But there was no difference. The graphics were all the same. It ran the same.
Yeah, I had the same apartment that I had before. I had everything that I had before. And I'm why do I have to pay more money now? You guys are just gouging $10 extra from me for no fucking reason. Like, come on, Rockstar. Are you that fucking greedy? Like,
I think you had a fairly good end to your night because I believe it was Candy that came over. Or what was her name?
What was her name?
Argentina? I can't remember what her name was.
Argentina.
Anyway,
I got a few of them in my phone.
Yeah. So, needless to say, he invited over a bunch of strippers. Yeah. And I just sat on the chair watching them. I had a free show, and then she ended up leaving.
Are my strippers still in here? Okay, let me invite some over.
So what can you do on GTA Online?
Have you never played GTA Online?
I played it right when the game came out, and I remember.
Oh my god! Me and Steve have fixed races back when there was a glitch to where we made a shit ton of money.
But that was really only one of the ways that you could make money and good, decent money in a fast-paced time is just by doing those races.
Yeah.
But you can go anywhere on the map, and it's going to be the same exact map as story mode. You're going to have your own character. You can create it. You can have your own attributes. You can do whatever you want. You have your own garages, airplanes, submarines, yachts. And you can buy shark cards. You can pay actual money. And you can have a lot of shit. And, I have a flying DeLorean with mounted rocket launchers. And I don't know how many times Mike has blown that shit up, doing those missions to where...
you could challenge people to death matches and shit. And then you'll just have random people just fly by from military jets and just blow your ass up.
But you can go into passive mode, which means that you can play by yourself. You can have people go into the car with you. You just can't use any weapons and attack someone else. But you can do missions. It's basically its own campaign.
Yeah, you do heists. So you got to get like 4 people. You could do like heists. And they're actually... GTA... Where have you been? GTA Online has been...
It's been out since probably 2014?
Yeah, 13.
13?
Feel like. Yeah, like
so
over 10 years ago. Like, GTA Online is like probably the best multiplayer experience you can have right now. I mean, oh my God, I've had so many experiences with Steve and Chris and a few other people.
The third person to first person switch instantly, that's pretty cool too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember when they did that. Is there missions to do? You said there's missions? Like
of course.
Missions?
Heist. Yeah.
So you can do heists, you can do separate missions, you can do races, you can, build your own track. I mean, you can own your own business. So that's something up your alley. You can own 4 or 5 arcades. You can own your own dealership, and then you can fucking make money and just.
Me and Steve would go to the casino and spend all our money betting on horses.
Well, you get a visitor's bonus, and you can take your visitor bonus that you get every single day or every 24 hours. First thing that we do, we always go there. We get our visitor chips, which are 1,000. And then we go spend the Lucky Wheel. Lucky Wheel, you can get more RP, more money, clothing. The last time we went, I won a car because they have a new car every single week on a podium, and I won it.
Almost won the fucking flying DeLorean. It was like right there, and I'm like, I don't have enough money for it, but I was like, I almost won that shit.
The car was a piece of shit. Anyway, we ended up going to horse races. That was our first stop. Mm-hmm. And then after we lost a considerable amount of money, we went out to blackjack.
Yes.
And then we lost at blackjack. I lost everything. And then I went and got some more money. It was fucking horrible. That's how gambling problems start, right?
I know.
Went back to the table.
This is why I don't gamble in real life. Because I lose at Grand Theft Auto.
I'll make it all back.
Right, exactly. That was my thought. Then we went to roulette roulette, right? That's what they call it.
Blackjack, roulette.
I lost all my money again. Mike's hitting good. He's like doubling down. He's making money, and he walks out with a couple grand. So it's good for him.
Where on the map is a casino? I don't remember a casino.
They just added a casino over by shit.
When you're looking at the map, it's going to be on the far east side on that coast.
So on the single player, can you find the casino, or is it online only?
I think it's online only.
So it is different.
It's only, but the online is the same map. It just has extra shit.
Extra stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
So do you think when they release GTA 6, it's going to hurt GTA Online?
I think GTA Online
Or do you think GTA Online will be separate from GTA 6? It will just keep going.
So forever? I think what they'll probably do, this is just my theory, is they'll release the original game that you play just by yourself. You can do all the missions and everything. And then they'll take their time with the online. So I think it took like a month or two before they released online. Before GTA 5. For GTA 5, I should say. I don't know.
But if we do keep things separate, that's what I'm thinking. If GTA Online is going to be a separate entity, then they could just turn on the switch, take away the old map, and then update the brand new map.
Yes.
Then that's when you can charge people as a consumer to play just the online version, and that's when you can charge a subscription of having a free tier system and a premium tier system of that $9 or whatever dollars per month. So I'm still thinking that they are going to do it because
That's
they
the way to do it.
need to make money, and their current way of doing things, I think they are going to be another company that follows the trend of microtransactions and getting as much out of your consumer as possible. But even if we play it for free after paying that base price, I'll still be fine with it. Just don't force me every single month to pay for this service that I may just use a couple times a year. Mm-hmm. That's why I'm finding myself with Fortnite right now, and I'm about ready to that point of pulling the plug on paying my premium account because I have tens of thousands of V-Bucks, and I don't hardly go on there to buy costumes, and I've been playing that game for a long-ass fucking time. So I'm ready to transfer on to something else, and then everybody's telling me, oh, we got to play Pal World, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm going from one fucking cartoon game to another one.
Yeah.
You know, a little bit more realism or something with it. To go back with GTA 6, I'm looking forward to it, for sure. I don't exactly know
2025.
the direction that they're going to be going. I do know that we are going to be having a Miami Vice kind of feel to it. I'm really excited because that was probably my favorite Grand Theft Auto game out of the entire series so far.
It's going to be like a modern Miami Vice. And from what I hear, they're going to have the Everglades. They're going to have
Kennedy Space Center and like, you know, Universal and Disney and stuff like that. Key West. You know, the Keys.
The Florida Keys, yeah. So it's going to be a huge map.
Will you get it as a day one pickup?
I would.
I believe I will too. Yeah, on the digital side, I still am a fan of the physical copies.
Yeah, I was going to say yes.
I still love having them, but my issue is, okay, I'm going to have to buy it digital and I'm going to have to buy it on the physical whenever the servers get off. Can I still play it? Mm-hmm. Like for GTA 5, yeah, I'm sure you can still play it and you know, still log in and do the story missions, and single player is still a great game by itself. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's just having a plus of the online multiplayer, and it's really like its own universe. I think a really big thing for them to keep on going with how technology is, make it virtual reality compatible. Mm-hmm. Make it to where you can put on a fucking headset, you can drive a car, and you can do all this stuff. I think that would just be insane. That would be a huge move for the gaming industry within these next 5 to 10 years.
Mm-hmm. So why didn't Red Dead Online take off then, Mike G?
I never got into it. I created my character, but I never tried it, I guess. Which is probably my fault, but
I played that game for a couple years, and even with those couple years, I was playing a lot online too. There would be a lot of people riding horses and doing stuff throughout the city, and it was very similar setup to GTA Online. I think on why it didn't pick up is that there's not much customization and shit that you can do like you can for Grand Theft Auto Online. Grand Theft Auto Online, like I was already saying, you can get a fucking submarine. And you can get
fucking nuclear submarine, shoot a fucking nuke and shit.
Yeah, so you may be able to buy...
Or maybe that's the bunker. I don't remember.
But yeah, you get a fucking bunker. I mean, there's so much crap that you can do in that game. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, and you get a bunker, I believe it's for free. You can actually get it, and you can do upgrades, and, you know, it really helps you out throughout your online multiplayer experience. Or Red Dead Redemption, there's just not that much to do. There's deathmatch. You can do missions and stuff with people, and...
You know, like tie up someone and put a bunch of little predator bait around them, like let them get eaten by fucking. Good. Yeah, let them get eaten by like fucking mountain lions and shit.
But every time I play that game, it always impresses me because it seems like there's always something new that I haven't been able to do before. I can run the same field with the same fucking horse, and then off in the distance there'd be a campfire. And that guy could be sitting there playing a guitar, and he could have a full-on fucking conversation with you. And it could be something to where I ran into this before. Is there was a guy that was tied up, and he just escaped from the marshals or jail for something. and he asked me to go ahead and uncut them, and I did, and he ended up telling me where the secret spot was, and I went to the secret spot, and I found it. It's just a whole bunch of loot, and it's a bunch of stuff that I used for my character, which was fantastic.
That's awesome.
But having those little Easter eggs and little things to do, if you're an old-time Western kind of person, if that's your fucking thing and that's your genre, perfect game for you.
What's the next game you guys are looking forward to besides GTA 6?
Star Wars Battlefront. They're
the classic.
Yes.
The classic very first one. Yep.
Yeah,
Took the words right out of my mouth. I can't wait. That's my next game.
So they're adding new maps and characters.
They are doing that? They are adding new maps?
Yep. In March. I forget which day, but yeah, next month. So they're going to do the classic Star Wars Battlefront. It's going to be on Switch, Xbox, and PS5.
I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait.
You're going to pick it up too?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I already have Battlefront 1, 2, the original Battlefront for the PS2. And I put a lot of hours into that game for them to go ahead and, as they say, bring back the classic. Mm-hmm. I hope they bring back the classic and it's not just a revamped pile of crap.
Yeah.
I was hoping they would use the Battlefront 2, the new one, the new Battlefront, use that engine to recreate this classic. Because Battlefront 2 was great. And they kept adding new maps, and they just stopped one day. And I don't know, there was so much more they could do there.
Yeah, so that'll be mine. What about yours, Leo?
Not too much on my radar. I don't know. I mean, there's nothing. I'm trying to think what else is coming out this year that would be a big.
It's not a big gaming year.
Yeah.
I mean, we got Metal Gear Solid Delta that's coming out this year, which I'm excited about. Which they're remaking Snake Eater. Metal Gear Solid 3.
That's okay.
Yeah, so they're totally revamping that. So it's going to be, obviously, Hideo Kojima already wrote the story, did everything, but they're just redoing all the graphics, and if you look online, it actually looks pretty good. So
what happened with him and Konami? Why are they...
I'd have to look it up. Like, my brothers know so much more about that than I do.
Yeah.
But it sounds like Konami fired him, before he was even done finishing Metal Gear Solid 5.
That was the Phantom Pain?
Yeah, the Phantom Pain, because there's an ending that is literally just concept art that he wanted to do. And you could find this ending. But, yeah, I literally had the game, both the games, in down there. You'll see it. But, yeah, there's he wasn't even finished with that game, and they fired him over it. I think it's more just
creative difference.
Creative differences, yeah.
What was in Ground Zeroes compared to the Phantom Pain?
Ground Zeroes is like the prologue or whatever you want to call it. It's like the beginning, and they released that to I don't know, to get everybody excited for the real game, the Phantom Pain. So it was just the beginning of after Peace Walker, and yeah. And you have the little girl that has the bomb in her stomach that blows up the helicopter. And the game. It's he's... The whole time you're actually not playing as Big Boss. You're playing as an imposter at Big Boss so he could create outer heaven. It's such a whole fucking thing.
So you were happy with it?
Oh, dude. Amazing.
He's got a Metal Gear Solid tattoo. Of course he's happy with it.
Yes. That's Liquid Snake's tattoo right here on my forearm on Metal Gear Solid PS1.
So what do you feel about the new one without Kojima?
I think we'll see. I mean, I don't know. I think they're keeping, obviously, David Hayter. They're keeping all the voice actors. They're just revamping the graphics and keeping it up with, the new, systems and everything. But I think it'll be pretty good. It'll be something out by day one.
Did you like Death Stranding then?
I never played Death Stranding, to be honest.
Okay.
I heard it was more you're a courier and you're a delivery guy. And I'm like, this is so not something I want to do. It sounds like a grind.
So close to real life, I just can't play it.
I know.
You deliver packages, so...
I can't do it. I'm like, no, I gotta go home and get away from it all. I'm like, I don't want to do the same thing and grind it out. But I've been meaning to play because I know they're coming out with Death Stranding 2. So
yep.
Yeah.
And there's two different versions of Death Stranding. There's the regular and there's a director's cut.
Mm.
So.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll have to play it. I'll have to fucking bite my fucking lip or tongue or something and just do it. And I don't know. And then Hideo Kojima's coming out with a new fucking game. I totally forgot what it was called. It was something like Overdose or something like that. It was about people. I don't know. I have no idea what the fuck he's doing. But no, I'm excited for the remake just because they're just redoing Metal Gear Solid 3.
They are remaking Silent Hill 2. That looks pretty exciting for the PlayStation. So.
Nice.
Why are we doing remakes?
I know, it is all remakes.
Why?
Because they can't figure out, because they don't have any fucking creativeness left in Hollywood.
They've turned Hollywood, basically. Yeah,
they don't remember anything. You know, like Roadhouse, they're remaking that with fucking Jake Gyllenhaal and Conor McGregor. It's like it's a remake of everything.
It wasn't Roadhouse. Wasn't that supposed to be with Ronda Rousey initially?
That's right. Yes,
Yeah,
you are correct.
yes.
Yes.
Yeah, and then she had to get
Canceled.
I don't know if she got canceled.
She got canceled.
I don't know.
Well, we know Mike's feelings on her.
I don't know. She's WWE, though. I don't fucking care. I haven't really paid attention.
I don't know. I really don't know what's going to go on with the gaming industry. I have feelings of wanting to play an old game like Rust on the 360.
Okay, yeah.
Or was it Rust? No, it wasn't Rust. It is Rage. Sorry.
I was thinking Rust, like
Yes.
Modern Warfare. Like,
No, I don't want to play those games anymore. It seems like once I play them,
Call
and
of Duty.
a new one comes out and it's cool, but it's the same fucking thing over and over and over again. Just a different time period almost.
yeah.
But I don't have much of a want or a need to play many games that are out right now. I've been sticking, like I said earlier, with Fortnite. Still playing a lot of Destiny 2, and I've been just extremely busy to where I have not even got any content out scheduled the past 2 weeks. So I feel like a major pile of shit
Destiny,
for not
where
doing
Peter
that.
Dinklage plays like the Oracle robot. Hey,
Yeah.
Okay. Then they shit canned his ass and they revoiced over his all of his lines, and so that was Peter Dinklage.
Yeah, Peter Dinklage.
Yeah,
Love him.
yeah, that was a long time ago.
What shit. What about no. I don't know. Never mind.
Did you watch the Video Game Awards, Leo?
No, I didn't. No.
Oh, so Baldur's Gate 3 was a game that I considered buying because it won Game of the Year, obviously.
That game took a lot of awards this
They
past
fucking
year.
just wiped the fucking video awards. I mean, yeah. I mean, and I was surprised for it to be Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, which I consider one of the best games ever made. And I was looking up videos of it because one weekend I was like, I'm going to buy Baldur's Gate 3, play it. But I didn't know it was like a turn-based system to where you got to roll the dice, whatever. And it seems really kind of something that's not up my alley, I guess.
Yeah, you would have to be into a game like that. It would be
Yeah.
kind of hard just to pick up, not knowing that it's going to take you hours to get through a fight scene or maybe two fight scenes and to get to and from an area. Yeah, turn-by-turn based games used to be my thing, but now I just have the ability to pick up whatever I want. So it's a lot of killing, not too much racing. And, it's probably not the best thing to admit that I want to do is kill people when I'm playing a video game. But that's where the excitement is for me. I'm one of those kind of first or third-person shooter gamers.
Yeah.
I was really bummed out that the latest division that we had, I didn't get more into that. I did like the first one when that came out, although it came out rather.
Tom Division.
Yeah, Tom Clancy's
although it
Division
came out,
that we all played. Yeah, it was pretty fun.
It was fun, but I don't think any of us picked up the second one, and none of us enjoyed it.
I didn't pick up the second one. I mean, it was just a big thing, like all you guys. So I picked it back up. I picked up the Division. So it was more of a grind, but I had fun with it. I mean,
you most recently downloaded the Master Chief Collection.
Yes.
And then also Halo Infinite, too, correct?
Yes.
We have still yet to get on there and play.
You said, like, hey, do you want to play GTA or MCC? I'm thinking, like, do you want to, what is MCC? I'm like, oh, Master Chief Collection. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, so that's when we ended up playing.
And I got Reach, too? I mean, the servers should still be up.
Oh, they are, yeah, because on the Master Chief Collection, you can rebuy Reach as part of like a DLC pack, and you can play that.
Wow.
Oh yeah, and that was
my first
my
Xbox
game, for sure.
360 came with a digital copy of Reach, so it all just kind of like got grandfathered into all my Xboxes. So,
what were you gonna say, Leo?
What was the last Halo game that came out? Was that
Infinite?
Is it any good? Is it? I know.
I liked it. I like it how it's more open world and like, I guess open world you would say, Steve, right?
It's very open world.
Yeah.
How before you would get into the game, you would play missions, and you still have that ability, but you can randomly walk throughout an open world map, interact with random Covenant that are hanging out, and really get into bases. You can do side missions. You got collectibles galore. You can get like a grapple hook to where you can go literally to the toppest peak of the map. So it's very cool. No fall damage too, so that's something that is a major plus. I enjoyed it. I just literally got burnt out on it.
Yeah, I really did enjoy Infinite, and actually I just started it again. My brother did a bunch of shit. He pretty much is almost 100% in it, and he's trying to tell me, well, yeah, it's like open world. You go to your main base. You could like go all the way around, and then you can like start a mission. It's really cool. I like it.
It would be a big step for Halo, but if they were ever able to make it into some kind of a large community, almost like a Fallout, to where you can have your own base and you can, mount up troops or, have your own barracks, whatever it is, just make it into more of an RPG, MMO RPG, I think they would dominate. They would do well. But we don't really have too many games out there like that, at least I see right now. Maybe I'm just not expanding into another world and I'm just not into it. But, it's very hard to see virtual reality in the aspect like how we talked about it 5 or even 10 years ago, that it's going to be so much further than what it really should be. I really want to see virtual reality. I want to be able to immerse myself and lose myself into another world while I'm sitting there soloing myself for like 4 hours straight.
Should get you the Apple Vision.
Well, we were watching that last time we were here too, and I do have...
It's pretty wild. I see the videos, and so it's like, hey, I'm watching a game over here. I'm doing this. I'm playing chess on this thing, and it's all fucking like virtual reality. It was actually really cool.
Seeing this room, you could make it immersive, right? Where this becomes a whole screen.
Yeah.
And you don't know what's around you, and you can watch...
I just don't like the way it looks, because people walk around with it, and they're like, you kind of look fucked up. Like, I don't know. You just got this giant fucking goggles on your head, but you can see everything, and you're like doing stuff with your hands. And I don't know.
It may be silly now. Who knows? Maybe 20 years, that's going to be like the new glasses. You're just going to buy this fucking thing, and it's going to change with your prescription automatically. And I don't know, man. It's weird technology. It's very strange to think that when we were growing up, our parents would yell at us not to sit too close to the fucking TV because it's going to rot your brain. And here we are mounting shit inches from our eyeballs.
By the time you're 20.
Right, and now we're mounting something inches from our eyeballs, and we're doing it all fucking day long. I know of some people that have jobs that will do that all day. They put on a headset or they put on something that is mounted to their head, and that's them all day. Then they have these fucking indents and imprints in their, almost like in their skull. It's not. It will, conform. But it's like when you're wearing tight socks, right? You take them off and there's that fucking indent on your legs. Mm-hmm. But when these people take these harnesses off their heads, I mean, they're just got all these fucking dimples and look like a goddamn alien. It's crazy. So I don't know what's going to happen with people's retinas in a couple of years. Having that shit burnt out, right?
$4,000 or $3,000. Later, you can purchase the Apple Vision goggle things.
Even VR, if more than an hour, even less than an hour, my eyes feel funny when I take it off. Mm-hmm. Do you have VR, right? You said?
Yes, 2 of them. So I have the PlayStation 4 edition, and then also the older version of the Oculus Rift.
Does it hurt your eyes when you put it? I mean,
it doesn't hurt my eyes.
No?
I get into it, and I haven't really immersed myself more since revamping the office there. But when I was really playing it, it was enjoyable because I did not have any kind of motion sickness. I was able to stand up and maneuver without losing my equilibrium on where I was at. I wasn't punching holes in the walls. I wasn't kicking TVs over. So I still had my bearings of where I was, but there was that that weird feeling of when you're playing it for, I think the most I played it was probably 4 hours straight.
Oh, my gosh.
Without taking it off. And
No, my eyes would be toast.
Yeah, when I took it off, I was standing, and I opened up my eyes without having the headset on. And I was like, "Holy shit! This is reality. Is everybody alive? What's going on?"
Yeah.
But I had the headset on too, and of course you didn't get your fucking paddles, so I was really into it. And there was no one else in the house, so I know to lock the doors and everything because they could have fucking robbed me. And I don't know. I'm just turning wrenches on a virtual car or some bullshit. Mowing the grass or whatever it is. I think it'd be cool to actually play virtual reality in that aspect, but playing a Sims game. You're the actual Sim. You have to go to the fridge and eat. You got to fucking go to work. You got to walk around your house.
We haven't done that yet.
It's like a life outside of a life.
Right. It's, when Second Life came out. Do you guys remember Second Life at all?
No.
Second Life was a game, the year it came out, I couldn't even tell you, but it was based on the internet, mainly when dial-up internet was a thing. And you can go onto this game, and you can have your own character, you can have your own property, and it was basically a Second Life. It was the Sims that you had to pay a monthly fee for. Yeah. So that's why I still believe we are going with the industry, is we are going to be like in the Wall-E movie, just floating chairs, and we're going to be morbidly obese, drinking these protein shakes that are supposed to help us, and it just keeps us alive as we're just getting fatter and fatter playing these games. Of course, that's a joke, and I'm not trying to fat shame anybody, but I've gained weight. I'm an active person, but it just happens when you start to get old. I heard the dogs barking. We're ready to start the
getting assaulted and killed.
They're loose.
Let's wait for the gunshots next.
Let the hounds go. The hounds are loose.
I didn't know.
Lock the doors. I've been trying to lock my door.
It's not locked.
This podcast. I'm waiting for some random person to walk in and be like, "Hey guys."
Well, you came down to the car because you're like, "Come on up." It's like, I don't have 3 fucking arms. I can't carry all this shit up. And walking back to the apartment, your fucking door's open. You love this place very much. You're trustworthy of your neighbors.
I've left my door unlocked.
Well, you don't have neighbors. That's why you can do it.
I know. It's just me up here.
I'd be taking full advantage of that. I would have knocked down that wall at least, and I would have ransacked that place and made it my own.
Yeah, he did tell me he should take walls out. So
right.
Yeah, I should take some walls out. Have my very own, just building.
Seriously, man, do it. Double pay on the rent and get yourself 2 major rooms. It could be the penthouse. You can have this entire floor to yourself.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The entire floor. I can play my music and play my video games as loud as I want. No one's banging downstairs, and they're not hitting the broom with the ceiling.
You got 6 rooms, 6 bathrooms, all to yourself.
All for $885 a month.
And that's still not bad. I think for the area, I think you're still doing pretty good.
I think you did good,
Yeah, thank you.
So
the one thing about... I'm sorry.
I do have a question. What's up with your PlayStation 2 game?
I don't know. It's
NBA. Read it out loud for me.
This is NBA Live 2005.
You're trying to relive some memories?
Oh my god. It's got Star Wars The Force Awakens in it.
So that's why. It's just the case.
Do you have the manual?
Yeah, the manual's in here too.
Okay. Is it color? Let's see. Is it color?
Yeah.
But on the inside, though, it's colored.
No, it's all
black and white.
Black and white.
But still, even brand new games that you pay a lot more than you did for that PS2 game.
This is back
no manual.
When the Pistons were winning.
Who's it on the front? What team?
This is Carmelo Anthony for the Denver Nuggets.
Okay, yeah. That's where Billups used to play before we got him and picked him up.
Yeah, and then look at that. Oh, we got...
Do we have the Pistons on there?
Yeah, Big Ben on the back.
Ben Wallace, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe that's why you kept the box.
I don't know why I kept the box. This has always been here. Oh. Yeah, there's LeBron James when he was young and had a decent hairline. Yeah, I mean, I don't know why I had this game. It's a good question. PlayStation 2.
So, Leo, you just had me order in a game for you. The last game that came in was definitely not the game that you were looking for, and you don't even have an Xbox. So, again, I don't know why it got sent.
Super Street Fighter, I think it was.
Yeah, so the game that you're getting in, Helldivers 2?
Yes.
Helldivers 2 for the PS5, huh?
I'm trying to...
No. Chris has been trying to get me on it.
Chris is on it? Chris is
on it.
Okay.
I think he has a PS5, right? He's been texting me about it. He sent me photos.
Where do you, what's bringing you into that game?
Oh, it's been all over. I mean, it's all over Instagram. They need reinforcements. So it's like a real world Starship Troopers, basically. And the map can always change. So you look at the galactic map, and, you know, they can liberate planets. The planets can call for help. And there's like a bug species, and there's like an automaton, which is like a robot species. And basically, they're spreading freedom through the world. I'll show you some funny memes. It's basically America.
Freedom.
But I don't think you're the good guys, you know, because I don't think there's like a lot of lore with it where you're kind of, I don't know, basically going after oil, it sounds like.
Oh, my God.
Sounds like past American history.
Yes.
Fighting over resources.
The fucking Battle of Iraq.
It pretty much is. They had Space Vietnam, they called it, which is Malevelon Creek. So I have to ask Chris about that. But they just lost that planet. And there's a game master that controls everything. So if they're seeing people winning too easily, he can adjust it. And he can also tweak things. And it's always changing. So, yeah, I saw the stuff and I'm like, that looks pretty good. I was near the end of Martha is Dead. So I was like, all right, let me get in there. So, yeah, but it's on back order. I ordered on Amazon too. So I was going to see whichever one comes in first. But
you ordered Helldivers on Amazon?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it said March 15th, but we'll see. Because it's been very popular. Their servers are at capacity too, so that's pretty crazy. So yeah, so gonna go do my part. You guys should join up.
I tried Pal World for a little bit, and then I got annoyed.
So what is that? It's like Pokemon?
It's like Pokemon, except they're called Pals.
Which system did you play it on?
On my Xbox.
On Xbox? Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
But you can actually kill these pals.
Yeah, and like...
Oh, you can. I've seen people...
Instead of having you fight like your Pokemon versus Pokemon, you're fighting like the Pokemon, except they're called Pals. And you got to beat them down to the point where they're done, and then you got to catch them in your ball. Like,
I've seen clips on on that game, and you can capture people in like a Pokeball, right? So you can capture this person, you can just let them rot there and die. So you can kill other people by doing that. And then people were doing like a comparison of, it's just like Pokemon. I was like, yeah, can you do this? And the guy pulls out a double-barrel shotgun and blows one of the little things away.
Yeah, I know. It gets real dark. Like,
yes,
this one guy was like human trafficking. Fucking. Like,
oh my God.
It's so bad.
Jesus.
It gets really bad. Like, yeah. And like, I don't know how they're doing it. I'm like, okay, maybe I need to join this game. And then I got
human trafficking. That sounds all right.
Human trafficking's right up my alley. But no, I was like, I built that. I built like a thing, built like a Pokeball, and I was like, I'm done with this fucking. It's just not. There's so much of this game that I don't have the attention span for it.
I'll tell you something that I got into and I regretted getting into, and I may go back to it, but I don't know yet, is Lego Fortnite. I put in a lot of hours through the month of December on that game, and I find myself going to my camp, then having to go to another camp, and then having to travel to like 24-hour periods just to get a few materials, have a full backpack, and fucking run all the way back, and materials wouldn't transfer over. I got so goddamn burnt out with that. I'm glad I'm fucking over it, and I think that's what finally killed the Fortnite just rush that I always had, getting the last 2 or 3 people left and just wanting that victory. I don't give a shit anymore.
Yeah.
It was fun for a while.
It's time for you to stop.
The Lego games, especially the Lego games. That's no bueno now.
But you played Fortnite before, though, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Lego Fortnite is Fortnite, but it's all Lego characters. Yeah, right? Go figure. It's a crazy concept. But I thought it was a very cool concept at first. And, maybe I'm not 7 years old anymore.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
I think I'm starting to get over that. And it's taken me a couple years to finally hit this point, and I don't know. The more I talk about it, the more I just may go home and cancel my subscription. Move on to the next one.
Do it.
I think so. Think about it. $12 a month. times it by 12. I mean, come on. You could be spending that money on something else.
$144 a month. So I don't know.
And think about that. So I have enjoyment with that, but then I just spent...
Or $144 a year.
And I just spent $86 at the fucking gas station for one trip.
Yeah, that's crazy.
He's like, maybe I should keep it.
Yeah, right? Now I'm convincing myself, is it really that bad of an investment?
Are you on Pile World? Have you tried it or no?
I have not, no. And when everybody was telling me to try it, that's when I started looking up videos, and I saw that it was just another fucking cartoon. And again, I think I'm just trying to get away from that kind of stuff. I will still touch Borderlands, and I do love Borderlands, and I'm really looking forward to what's going to be happening on the big screen with that, and also with Fallout as well, with Amazon.
Oh, with the show?
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. I wish they would have gave us more during the Video Game Awards, but as time goes on, eventually we're going to see it.
Dude, we haven't seen a whole lot. I mean, like, Mass Effect has apparently been working on the new Mass Effect game for how many fucking years?
Didn't they just tease it this past year as well?
They tease it every year during, like, N7 Day, November 11th, or November
7th. Yeah.
Yeah. And what else did they tease a long time ago? I think it was the new Elder Scrolls game.
Yeah.
It was a long time ago, and I'm like, did they just scrap this shit? Or are they just trying to, I don't know.
Was Andromeda okay? I never played that one.
No, it was not good. I didn't like it.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, it's been a few years since I played it, but I played it one playthrough, and I didn't like it at all. It was better gameplay, but it was just not the same, as far as, like, character development and everything like that. So
I want to do this year, and I'll announce it now, just so I can hold myself accountable, to do an Extra Life. You're now back here a lot closer to us. Maybe at a point we can do it when Chris comes out, so it's all in the same area. It won't be on the Extra Life day, but do our own 24-hour gaming marathon.
Yes.
Gaming marathon.
Come on over to the house, hang out at the office, and we'll just have nothing but 20 TVs. It's going to look like when you're looking at the little grid outside, the numbers and the dials are just me spinning because we're drawing in so much fucking power. And I'll even have a generator on the side just to be on the safe side. But yeah, I think we should do that. It's been a very long time since I believe any of us participated in Extra Life, at least to this capacity. I try to get to Extra Life every year, but I missed the last 2 years, and it's just been fucking busy. But thank you, Leo, for all the videos and everything that you do, because I still kick out the link to the Extra Life channel. So if you guys want to go ahead and donate, please go to extralife.org, search EGS Productions Stream Team. There you can donate whatever you want to. And we are raising it for the Beaumont Children's Hospital here in Michigan. So that's going to go on all year round. I'm trying to get Mike onto a stream at some point. I would love for him to do some rage videos for Grand Theft Auto. And I wish I would have recorded the conversation when you found out that you had to pay another $10 to play the game, because that would have been gold for material.
Yeah, we were both online.
He was like that guy in the car. Please, Donald Trump, save me from this. Save me from this.
I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm like, we've been playing this game for years, 10 years, Steve. Like,
you're wanting to contact customer service. This was fucking bullshit. 5 minutes later, you're like, all right, I'm going to pay it.
I do think they're getting too greedy, and I feel like the developers that are giving back, I mean, Rockstar, things change, franchises change. So they shouldn't really piss off too many people, especially when they made like crazy profit off GTA 5. I mean, hell, I bought it twice. I bought it
probably more than that.
Yeah, I bought it 3 times.
Because it came out on the Xbox 360.
360.
Yep.
Then it came out on the Xbox One.
Yep.
Then it came out on the Xbox Series S and X, plus all the PlayStations.
I got it on PC again. So mine was PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, and PC.
I think I bought that game at least fucking 5 times.
Yeah, so I don't know. We'll see what happens, but things can change really, really quickly.
Plus all the times, like, people have bought shark cards, and, like, I haven't personally, but I've known people that have done it. Chris,
Didn't see that fucking bus coming. No honk of the horn or anything.
Yeah. Oh, Chris, that's a cool Batmobile. Where did you get that from?
Shock cards.
Shock cards.
But look at Wendy's surge pricing. Have you guys heard about that and all the backlash? You haven't heard about the Wendy's surge pricing?
No.
So Wendy's CEO had this great idea that he was going to introduce, like, if you go to Wendy's at, like, surge times, like busy times, like 5 o'clock, from like 5 to 7, their prices would be more expensive.
Yeah, I heard that.
Really?
Yeah.
So they're going to have, like, AI, like, kind of, like, screens that are going to base the price on, like, the times and, like, yeah, so you go to, like, Wendy's, it'll be cheaper or it'll be more expensive the more busy they are. Yeah.
Cheap, sure. But people went crazy over it, and now they've backed down. And they're like, no, that's not what we meant. I'm like, yeah. And now they're not going to do that. So I'm just saying, it's a fine line where people, they get pissed enough,
Yeah.
Mike's GTA 6 rally, where he's storm the GTA officers.
It's like the Capitol raid.
That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm imagining.
November 6th, never forget.
We're going to see the Rockstar Shaman. He'll be there with the drum.
There's Leo's like, Mike has a new podium. I remember that text. I'm like, what's going on? And I look at the news. I'm like, holy shit.
Oh, you're talking about when they stormed the Capitol.
Yeah, and Leo's like texting me
yeah.
like pictures. He's like, Mike has a new podium. I'm like, what's going on?
Oh, yeah, that's right. You didn't even know.
I didn't know. And I'm like, I look at the news. I'm like, holy shit.
Mike's deleting his Telegram app.
I'm like,
I'm going to delete that tweet. Shouldn't have put that one out there. Well, what I find comical about that is not of what happened, but the comical part I find about the entire aftermath of the situation. We've been able to track of what these people are based on what they look like, what they post on social media, even if they're fully masked and you didn't know that the person was there. They've been able to track down a lot of those people. Mm-hmm. And obviously they put them through the justice system and tell them they shouldn't have done that. But we still haven't found the owner of what the cocaine or who it belonged to in the White House.
Oh, yeah.
What the hell happened with that? I'm not trying to say names here, Mike. But I just find it very fucking strange that much effort and everything was put into it. These people are caught and prosecuted, or they're trying to get to that point. But we can't find who brought and smuggled fucking drugs into the White House. Christ almighty. Mike, refrain. Don't say anything. You go on a 2-hour rampage about politics.
No, I'm good.
So we're going to leave that right there. We're going to move on to something else. Motor City Comic Con. We're supposed to be having a lot more guests, and I know Master Chief
and Cortana's going to be there.
Yeah. Yeah, so possibly we'll go on down there and maybe do it as a group. I don't know. I think Chris is supposed to be out at that time.
So we all need to go out, guys. Come on. I don't know how much the autographs are. I don't care. Maybe we can do an EGS thing and get in there and interview.
I'll put in for press passes and I'll see what goes on.
Yeah.
It's been interesting since COVID, but even if we don't get it, I don't have high hopes for it just because of, we've been doing enough to not just get by with Everyday Gaming Society, but we're not as big and what we used to be. Probably
I know,
a lot of the reason is we weren't all now, or we're in our 30s going into our 40s, and we were in our 20s and stuff before, and we had a lot more time, and I had a lot more time.
Yeah. No, you did a lot, I remember.
Yeah, I mean, the last time I went, it was right after, I think, what was it? Avengers Endgame. So it was so busy. It was just crazy busy. And the guy who was doing the shuttles, and I parked all the way down to where it was the grass lot. And the guy's just talking to me because I sat up front and I let everybody else hit the back. And the driver's like, "I've never seen it so busy." And I'm like, "Yeah, dude." I'm like, "This
Comic-Con."
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It's pretty wild.
It's cool to see that people are still coming out for things like that.
Mm-hmm.
I remember the midnight releases. It's crazy that's not a thing anymore.
Yeah, the midnight releases for
You're talking about movies and
Video games.
Video games. Yeah, or you would line up at like GameStop, like at like 10:30 p.m. and then everybody be all excited.
And see, that's when EGS, we hosted it was a Halo 3 competition when Halo Reach was out. So we were literally there for 14 fucking hours.
I was just there not too long ago, and it brought back a lot of memories.
Oh, you were at that location?
That location, yeah.
Yeah, we raffled off a fucking helmet for free. Yeah. We gave away strategy guides for free, a free game. So there was a lot of expenses that came out of my pocket to do that shit. So maybe that's why we don't do it as much.
I was thinking that's all dumpster treasures you found.
Oh, my God.
He's just like behind a GameStop the night before.
What games are coming out this week? All right, so it's Tuesday, Thursday, Friday.
Yeah.
I'll be diving into dumpster somewhere.
No, they do throw out a lot of stuff. I mean, you had a lot of really cool stuff.
Well, it's nice that I eventually got connections that I could get it before it was full of pasta and I had to fucking scrape everything off and jump in a shower right away because God knows what touched my arm. And
yeah, we did that at Second and Charles. I mean, they used to get rid of a lot of stuff, and
they always like keeping an eye on what's getting thrown away.
I texted Nate, and he's trying to get to it, and it was all gone, and I felt bad. I was like, man, we did. They would just, rather than send it back, or if it was like used, like traded stuff in, they would just, either donate it or get rid of it. So, but I remember you found a lot of cool stuff. What were your best finds?
Oh, I would say probably one of my best finds is an actual. I shouldn't say it's a find because it just sounds like I'm stealing. Sounds like I'm doing really something illegal right now. So how much should I really say at this point?
No, you're allowed to dumpster dive. I follow a guy on YouTube. That's all he does. He dumpster dives, and it's crazy the amount of product that these companies just throw
not
out.
Everything you see online is good, and it's not like they probably should be doing
TikToks, it. It's like, are they really throwing the shit away? And it's like
King,
brand new shit. And I'm
Shout out to Dumpster King.
Shout out to Dumpster King.
Maybe that's my calling. Maybe I need to start diving into fucking dumpsters and finding shit again, right?
Yeah.
But probably my best find was one of those platforms. The TVs were not there, but it had the mounts for the TVs on both sides. I put TVs on. They both still did work, but it had Xbox controllers. And it had
a kiosk.
It was a little kiosk, so you could have one person on one side, one person on the other side, and you can be playing the same game against each other.
That is cool.
So I didn't have the Xbox. I didn't have the two TVs.
Are you talking like the kiosk that they would have up there, like for you to play the games? Or?
Yeah, but it was double-sided. So you could be playing the same exact game against your buddy, like how we used to do back in the day before internet by LAN.
Yeah.
So it's probably my best find, but stuff that I would find. We'll use Halo Reach for example because I found this huge ass fucking poster and it's probably the size of that wall and it goes halfway down. It was fucking great, but you can tell that they're like fuck Halo people because they start ripping it. And when I retrieved that thing, man, I took it home. First thing I did is I said to myself, you may hurt my pride, but you can't hurt my poster because I fucking got the hot glue gun. I got a bunch of tape out there, and I made it look nice, and I fucking hung it up. And it's still in one of the rooms, and I probably have enough to coat the walls and the ceilings in all rooms, probably 3 of these units. So I still have a lot of shit.
No, it's sad because I like that you like the physical copies.
No, absolutely, yeah.
I mean, because right now with digital, it's easy to do, but I don't know. I enjoy it because it can never be taken away. So,
and that's my fear is not that the internet's going to go away, but at some point they're going to shut off those servers for those specific game or licensing. Yeah. Yes, and maybe after a certain point they can reopen a license and they can allow people to run their own private servers to where we can play those old games again.
Yeah.
But, we still have to get that point in the industry where we can. I think it's Nintendo has that really strict stipulation of after so many years, then they can finally use their licensing or use their kind of almost like a third-party app or at least just to make money off of it. But I still think they need a cut no matter what. I don't know the fine details about that kind of shit.
Do you miss like the midnight releases and things like that? I was going to ask you.
Most definitely. Yeah, it was...
It was an event in itself. Like,
I just went down to the Autorama in Detroit, looking at all the old classic cars and shit like that. And I did the Arnold Classic last year. So when you're in those kind of atmospheres, everybody that is around you is there for that reason.
Yeah.
But you can't have conversations with those people about video games, just like I can't be at a game release and talk about, hey, who do you think is going to be the Mr. Olympia this year? And I whip out my phone and show half-naked men with little thongs on, and they're just like, what the fuck's going on? That's why I don't come out of my house. That's why I buy everything online.
Pumping iron.
He's just showing naked men.
No, they're not fully naked. There's
like,
clothing, just not a lot.
They got a fucking thong on. He's like, they're just flexing. He's like, guys, look at all this.
Who is more your type, A or B? Swipe left or right? And I do miss it because you can get in those conversations and you can meet those people.
Yeah, sure.
And you can converse a lot more with those people because I wouldn't give them my cell phone number. But I'll give them, my gamer tag, or I'll give them a reason to get a hold of me.
Yeah, and
they can fucking play games. You can play the game that you just picked up with that person.
Yeah, you're making new friends
Yeah.
as you're going. And you're like, they have the same interests. And it was really cool at those events because you could talk to people about the games and about upcoming games or games you've played before. And it's like, hey, we're making friends. We're all here. We all have the same interests. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
And it's cool a lot of those times if you go to a lot of them like what I did because I was so close to one for so many years, you start to see the same people at different game events, and you can just tell the different genres that they're into, and you see certain people at some, and I really miss it. It was a really cool atmosphere. That was back when they used to pass out stuff, and they used to do raffles, and somebody would be cooking or somebody would do catering, and it was.
I remember, I did
a nice
mine in
event.
like Jimmy John's when they first were doing their thing and they were getting really big. Like Jimmy John's would come out and start handing us out free subs and stuff. I thought it was pretty dope.
I don't even know. Do they do that with movie theaters anymore?
Oh, really? Yeah.
Well, we have a lot of streaming shit now, right?
Yeah.
We can watch it on the streaming service same day,
quick.
or we
Yeah.
can go right out there to the theaters, or not see it in the theaters, wait a week or two, and it's on a streaming service. Has that killed that for you, Leo?
No, I mean, I still go. Like, we're going to go see Dune next week.
Doom Part 2?
Dune Part 2, because that's a good one. But, yeah, the other stuff, it's all there on streaming. Like Wonka is already going to be on Max. Comes out on Max March 8th. Napoleon's on Apple TV Plus. Like those, just I don't know. They seem like they're coming to digital streaming so much faster now. So
ever since like COVID, you remember how they would just release stuff. When theaters were not a thing for a little bit, they would just all the new movies would be right on streaming right away, or you can rent it or buy it right on Apple, iTunes or whatever.
God, you think about it back in the day. You see a movie, you like it. You have to go back and see a movie again.
Yeah.
Pay more money. And then once the movie's out of theaters, then you have to wait a few weeks or a few months for it to come out on VHS.
VHS, yes.
True, yes. Yeah, no.
And now
Be kind, rewind.
Yeah. Blockbuster, if you did not rewind, they would charge you, like $5 or whatever it was to rewind your fucking VHS tapes.
That's hilarious.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember, I don't know how much money my parents probably spent renting fucking games at Blockbuster.
The Game Pass. Remember the Game Pass they had?
No.
They had a Game Pass where you could get, was it 2 games? And you could play them as long as you wanted. Almost, there's a subscription with them. Yep.
And it probably wasn't a lot of money back then, but also you would think of it like, why is this even a thing? That sounds so stupid. You're just ripping somebody off, and look at us now. We don't even physically own the fucking game.
I know.
We're
bad.
doing this.
Yeah, I remember going to Blockbuster. I can't afford the game. It just came out. It's Friday night. Oh, the game's gone.
Oh, no.
Yeah, exactly. Then you would have to worry about your game actually being there.
Yeah, I'd be like, oh, this game just came out. I can't afford the $60. I'm like, we'll go to Blockbuster. My mom will take us up there. We'll get the Water Boy, and then we'll get a video game. And I was like, oh, it's not up there. Oh, shit.
And unless you stopped at the magazine rack or you had a subscription to a magazine back then, you didn't really know what was coming out. You can watch the advertisements that they would have on Walmart or something, and that was where you can play a game. I remember playing GoldenEye 007 and just thinking, because before then it was side-scrolling platformer kind of games, and although it was Super Mario World and it was somewhat 3D, it wasn't really 3D. When that game came out, I remember walking into Walmart knowing that they had that there, that they were going to play it, because I was fucking obsessed, and I asked the worker there if they were going to have that game for people to play, and he said, yes, it's going to come in tomorrow. I forced my parents to fucking go there just to see that there's 20 fucking kids in line before me. And now I'm waiting. I'm making my parents wait for it felt like 3 or 4 hours for me to even get up to the game to finally play. But when I did, it was just a magical experience. I had no fucking idea that now we would have something with a lot better graphics, a lot better quality all the way around, performance-wise, and you can interact with people on your phones that we keep in our pockets. Mm-hmm. Didn't have cell phones back then. Such a different fucking world. And the more I think about this stuff, the more I'm just realizing I'm getting fucking old. Yeah, that's what it is. I feel the need to now to go to bed at 7 o'clock at night just so I can get up at 3 to get my workout in and touch my feet on the ground and, be close to God and all that shit.
No, fill your thermos with coffee, read the obituaries. All right,
yeah.
Passed away today.
Yeah, see if I died in the fucking obituaries, pack my steel cooler full of shit and, go to work for lunch, never eat it. No, it's just, it's crazy. We were all working at the same place.
Yeah.
At one point in time, and now we've all ventured off and done our own things.
It feels like things are coming out faster now compared, do you ever feel like that? There's just so much more games coming out, like constant flow compared to when back then it would.
Oh, yeah.
It seemed like it wasn't
as
much.
Huge, I forgot how much. It's really, this is such a big industry now to where they're just pumping out games left and right.
There was always an industry market
Still
for
crypto updates. Crow was up. Wow, plus 27%.
You're doing the crypto?
I used to. I think I kept.
You don't have any more Shiba?
I kept all my Shiba. I think I sold most of my Dogecoin before it tanked.
Yeah.
Oh, so you got it before it tanked?
Yeah. Oh, I made a couple thousand off it.
Oh, my God. Wow.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Right before Elon Musk came on SNL, and we all thought it was going to hit $1. And we're all thinking to ourselves, we're going to fucking retire. And it was like, oh, no, he fucking tanked that shit.
It was like he was
on. Wait, how did he tank it?
Well, so there was something mentioned during the SNL skit, and some conspiracy theorists are saying it was because he mentioned Doge or to the moon, I think the phrase was.
He was tweeting. So every time Elon Musk would tweet about Doge,
this cryptocurrency,
fucking way up.
This cryptocurrency would travel, and
so you want to buy it before Elon Musk bought it, and then he was going on SNL.
It was
and everybody's like, he's going to hype up Dogecoin. It's going to go up to $1. We're all. Yeah, my buddy literally had $200,000.
So think about
my
this crypto.
coworker had he bought it at less than a penny, and he had so much Dogecoin. He was literally he had enough for $200,000.
So it was less than a penny, like Mike said, and then at the hype, it was about 75 cents.
Yeah.
That's when Elon was on SNL, and then as soon as he came on, he started talking.
And he
started going down.
Bashed it a little bit.
Started going down.
Down. Everybody's watching their fucking cryptocurrency fucking tank.
And I think it
was like the only SNL I watched live, and I'm watching my fucking future just go down. And I'm like, I gotta sell this shit right now.
You sold? Right
I sold. I made a couple thousand, yeah.
If you would have sold before, would you have made a lot more or no?
Yeah, a lot more. Yeah, because it was at 75 cents, and we were all still holding on because we thought it was going to hit $1.
To the moon.
And I think I paid when I first bought Dogecoin, it was at 10 cents.
Wow, so you're there early. Were you in Doge too?
No. I was in Ethereum, which is a much bigger coin. So his large investment would be 10 cents for a full share. For me, at that time, it was $1,300.
My God, that's crazy.
But it went up. I held on. It went back down. I still held on, but I do DCA, dollar cost averaging, so I'll still put some in. It was probably down to 1,800.
Wow.
6 months ago, roughly, if not just over that. I checked today, got the notification. It's at 3,400. So I'm happy.
Yeah. That's why I kept my Shiba Inu coin. I mean, you know what? Crypto eventually will make its way back, but it's
I told you to buy Meta, motherfucker. I told you to buy that Facebook.
I know. You told me to buy Meta.
You got it at a really prime price, and she's fucking out of control right now.
Meta's doing well?
Compared to when I told Mike that, hey, I'm buying this. I'm not loading the boat, but I'm getting a considerable amount. Told him to buy it too, and Yeah, never did. And then, you were thinking about, maybe I should get into it. And then the next day they showed the Apple glasses. And he's like, God damn it, because of the price that kept on going up and skyrocketing.
Yeah.
Yeah, stock market is definitely no joke. You can lose all your money. Boom. Like that.
It is gambling.
Mm-hmm. It really is. My buddy, he was another manager of mine. And we were both at like 75 cents, and I wasn't as much in the hit, but he literally was like $200,000. He's like, I'm thinking about spending $20,000. He had like, I forgot how many Dogecoin he had, but he's like, I'm probably gonna sell about 20,000, and he would have made and make 20,000. He's like, I'm probably just gonna pull out $20,000. At the point it was at like 75,000. I'm like, holy fucking shit, dude. And I was like, why didn't you tell me? Because he bought it when it was fucking dirt fucking cheap. And then it got up to 75 cents. And I think he bought it when it was like a penny, maybe a little bit less. And he had so much.
So what was his investment?
I don't know. I'd have to talk to him. He went to a different station. But he was literally holding off until the Elon Musk episode of SNL. Because he was like, it's going to hit $1. And he's like, I'm going to be fucking rich. And then, yeah, as soon as Elon Musk hit, it was like...
4 or 5 hours later, he's loaned the shotgun shells into the
He's like loading the shotgun shells.
So when you sell it, does someone else have to buy it before it's sold, or you can just sell it?
You're going to sell it.
Yeah,
you'll have to pay taxes on it at the end of the year. But you have to put away the money that you know you're going to need to pay on taxes. And he definitely had the money.
But when you sell it, does someone actually have to buy it, or no?
So... I guess
when you sell it, I think it causes it to go down.
Yeah, so a real quick crash course on the stocks. When you buy something, it typically goes up. When you sell something, it goes down. So to keep it from breaking even, then you're going to have to, we'll say when one person sells one share, you're going to have 2 people buy a share in order just to keep it at float a little bit. But if that differentiates, then when you get a lot of people, or we'll say they use them as a whale, a person that owns a lot of shares, as soon as that one person sells off 1 million shares or whatever they have, it will cause the stock to drop big time.
Yeah.
But when you sell it, no one has to buy it.
No, it just causes that share of that company.
Into a pool, right?
And it causes it to go down to where that company or the product is worth a lot less.
And here's the hard thing about crypto. That pool is infinite with a lot of cryptos. So they have this crypto mining, basically, to where they mine actual coins that can be currency. And it's really complex, so I'm not going to get too much into it. But they try to regulate it to where there's only a certain amount of coins or a certain amount of shares that are out there, and they keep on taking away from that once infinite number. And it's going to get to a point to where they're going to have it, they can be issued, and you can still turn it in to make money, yes. And that's why a lot of people don't like crypto. They like doing the actual stocks, or they do the bonds, or they just invest in the gold. That's something that's a really easy thing to do. And it's cool now.
Crypto is very, I guess, risky. I don't know.
Look at FTX. Have you heard about the crash of FTX?
Yeah.
Okay,
so
yes.
back when free.
Yeah, so you get something like that where you think you got a good, reputable company. You are paying celebrities to go ahead and endorse your shit, and people trust celebrities, so they're going to go ahead and fucking load the boat, waste all their savings on it, and this motherfucker in another country or wherever he's at is just...
he's in the islands, hiding out, doing cocaine.
Yeah, living his fun life. That was not his money. And when that shit happens, those people, good luck getting reimbursed.
That's why I always tell myself, you're 20 years old. If I could go back and tell my 20-year-old self, buy Bitcoin. Buy a shit ton of Bitcoin.
Well, when COVID hit, when it was like March, when everything was going crazy, and I was looking at my Robinhood, I was like, maybe Bitcoin will go up. Because I was thinking...
It did.
Because I was thinking people wouldn't be comfortable with the stock market, so they might go crypto.
That was when everybody went crypto. That was when Dogecoin went through the roof.
Had like Halliburton had all this stuff.
To the moon!
And I was speaking with someone we know, John, and he was like, well, if it goes down, what about your light bill? What about this? And I was like, well, maybe I could just buy one, just buy one. And then I ended up selling everything, and then sure enough, everything went up. And I was like,
no.
And he goes, why did you listen to me?
Why did you listen to me?
Yeah, I sold everything. Budweiser, Halliburton.
Yeah, because everybody was on Robinhood during that time. That's
Yeah,
where I bought
yeah.
That's where I bought my Dogecoin. So I was constantly looking at it. I'm like 75 cents. I'm up like $4,000. I'm like, holy fucking shit. Just get to that fucking dollar mark. It's going to go above $1. I'm like, oh my fucking God. I was like.
So I wonder what it is now, the Dogecoin.
Doge is like.
Oh, wow.
Less than a penny, right?
Yeah.
Or is it 14 cents? What does that show? I didn't see it fully.
Oh, no, is it 14 cents?
Yep, 14 cents.
Okay.
Which is up a considerable amount compared to what it was.
I think I deleted my Robinhood account.
No, you just got completely fed up with everything then, huh?
No, I think I just deleted it. I still have it, but I have my crypto.com.
I'm imagining Mike like in Apocalypse Now. You know, he's going crazy in the hotel room. It's so hot. He just.
So, I'm not. Why am I saying my password?
Then what's your account number?
What's it called? Your wallet?
Oh my God! It went up a lot.
Yeah.
Dogecoin?
Yeah, I just made $100. Holy shit! No, not Doge. This is Shiba. And I have some Bitcoin in here too. So
you do have actual Bitcoin?
Yeah.
What's your share? Like .000000002?
Yeah, it's not a whole Bitcoin. Goddamn.
Well, how much was it back when COVID hit? March of 2019. That's what I was looking at. Is March of 2019. I was going to buy one whole thing.
So
yeah, it would have paid off.
Right now,
it would have.
Yeah.
As of today, I'm plus $102.39. So it's not bad. That's all mainly Shiba. But I have 7 million Shiba coin. So if it hits a penny, which I hope in my lifetime it might happen. So,
Mike's going to pass away and it'll just sit there and it's going to be worth like everything, you know?
It'll be like 50 cents and I'm like, holy shit, $1. And I'm like, I got fucking $7 million is sitting in the bank.
But I heard it was like that with Bitcoin. That guy bought a pizza and paid.
Yeah, like he bought pizza and he sold it for like 11 Bitcoin. And Bitcoin's like at, what, 50,000 now? I don't know how much it's at, but... In my one of the pack channelers I had 11 Bitcoin at one point. You know, it was like right at the point where it was like max. And he's like, dude, it was the fucking worst mistake in my life ever fucking selling it. And I'm like, why would you do that? Bought a pizza with it. Let's see, crypto wallet. Yeah, oh shit, yeah. Shiba Inu is up 38.89%.
Nice.
And I think I sold all my Bitcoin. But that's all right. I'm not too pissed off about that. But
so you own 7 million shares of Shiba.
Yeah. 7 million, Shiba coin. And then you look at, you can go back, like how fucking good it was doing. Like in 2021. Shit.
Is it still going up? You have $102 now?
The commentary is great.
Oh my God, I'm just going to keep it. Well, you know what? Maybe one day I'll get lucky. And I could be able to sell it and I'll be a millionaire. And then...
Elon Musk will go on SNL and take it.
And that's what... He's going to go on SNL. Don't go on SNL, motherfucker.
Don't stop acting. It didn't work out the first time
You were a terrible person.
You're a terrible person. He gave us Tesla. He's not that bad. But he now owns Twitter. So it's kind of scary for a lot of people.
Oh, God. Yeah, it was... No, literally, look. That was beginning of Shiba Coin. This was... Yeah, and look at it. This is... Yeah, dude. Look how far it's been going up. This is just in a week how far it's been going up. Like, March 1st. This is the highest I've ever seen it in a long time.
Mike will retire.
No, not with $164.
Yeah.
It's zero. What? It's less than a penny, right? It's
Oh no.
0.
Yeah, if it hits a penny, I'll be all right. But it's not even close to that.
And if it hits $1, I'm going to get retired by you.
Yeah, if it hits $1, you guys are taken care of. I promise.
No, so if it hit 10 cents, I mean, what would you have if it hit 10 cents?
If it hit 10, so 10 cents times, 7 million. I mean, if it's 10 cents a Shiba coin times 7 million, I mean, obviously I want to be that rich, but I'll do well. I mean, I don't know how much. Hang on. Let's see. I'm too stupid for math. So 0.10 times 7 million? Well, it only have $700,000, but
only.
Yeah, right? Just only 700,000.
Yeah.
That's still a good amount, though, and that's at 10 cents.
Yeah. If it hits $1, I'll have 7 million. But
when would you sell? Like, let's say it hit 5 cents. Would you sell?
Yes, absolutely. If it hits a penny, I'm selling.
I feel like Mike's going to sell it. It's going to be like, 75 cents. He's going to be like, oh my God.
Yeah, as soon as I sell, it's going to go right back
up. Goes up to $14. It goes to $14. Mike throws himself out the fucking building. He lives and still doesn't have enough money to pay his medical expenses.
Yeah, if it hits a penny, fuck it. I'll sell it for $70,000. I don't care.
I mean, shit, if, let's just say like overnight, it goes up to $5.
Oh my God.
I can see
and it drops when I wake up.
I can see, if you were to cash out, I could still see you being here and not moving, not really doing anything else, but buying all these properties.
Yeah.
Or buying the entire complex here and just being it for, hey, you want a place to stay? Come on over,
Yeah. I'll do that probably. Yeah. Invest in the real estate. Yeah.
Yeah, just buy this fucking complex.
Yes.
Become a slumlord.
But no, I still have my Dogecoin. I don't know. I was trying to find it. It's somewhere here, Steve. Steve bought me an actual Dogecoin.
I did. Yeah. I got one as well. I think Chris one too.
Yeah.
How do you share it with people? I don't understand.
No, he bought me like an actual physical Dogecoin.
Oh.
So I bought him what the currency, I guess, would look like, but you can gift it. So I can gift him a Dogecoin, but it's still going to be all digital currency. The only time it turns into actual currency is when you go ahead and trade it in to turn it into real money. But there's not really like a physical currency. It's not like how it is with a stock to where there's a dollar attached to it. So that's where people don't really pay attention.
So that coin, he can't turn it in ever.
No, it's just a prop.
Yeah, he can get like $2 maybe.
It'd be hilarious, like when Mike passes the cleaning.
Dogecoin. It's at 50,000 at that point.
X's mom. What the hell is this dog? It's a weird dog.
That's a weird dog.
Put it in the pet donations.
So it's got like a D on one side, and then the other side it has a picture of like a Shiba Inu thing.
Yeah.
And but it's a Dogecoin.
It's something that I guess for the modern day age, it's cool doing the stocks because we can do it right from our phones.
Yeah.
Back in the 80s and before, right, or even the 90s, they would have to make a phone call or put into
a broker, right?
A trade to a broker. Then they would have to take a percentage, and then they would have to go through the system. You may not get it at that price, and maybe more, maybe less. And then to do the selling, the same fucking thing. If you see that something's tanking in your fucking newspaper that you're reading, then you have to call the broker and take everything out, and that could take a couple days to process, and you could have already lost your ass by then.
Yeah, that's why it's so nice having like Robinhood and everything, because you're your own broker. You can like sell, trade, whatever, buy whatever you want.
You can gamble your life away, honestly.
Yes.
Yeah, you can gamble your life away, and that's the fucking scary part about it. And we were talking about gambling earlier. Going into a casino, and I'll never forget this. Going into a casino, I'm with a bunch of people, and we're all laughing, having a good time, and you can just tell when you're walking in the casino, there was a bench to the right. This one guy just had the look of defeat on his face. He was very disheveled. You could tell like his soul fucking left his body. And as we were walking by, I made eye contact with him, and he said, "Good luck in there. I just lost my entire life savings."
Oh shit.
Yeah, so the amount, I'm like, oh yeah, how much you lose? Not trying to be a prick.
We're
kind of
like joking, like, hey, Steve came from the casino and we're here today. But like, he's like, hey, I just came down from Vegas. I'm like, oh, how much you down? I'd be like, my entire life, my family.
You met this guy? You
Yeah. So he was there on the bench, and he lost his entire life savings. So what that is going to be encountering? Think of the people that take a mortgage on their house or sell their fucking house.
The house always wins.
Yeah. It's fucking crazy. So a word of advice to the younger viewers out there, or even just anybody: know your limit. right? I walk in there with $20, and if I get the $20 back, great. If I don't, it's $20.
Yeah, just go in there with a set amount that you know you're about to lose. Like, yeah, you're not worried about losing. You're like, if I'm up, I'm up. If I'm down, I'm down. Whatever.
Yeah, so that $20 really doesn't mean anything to me at that point because I could have it, I could have more, I could have less.
Well said.
It's the same thing with stocks. That's why I tell people, if you're going to start to invest, put into stocks what you are willing or what you can afford to lose because you may never have that amount again, or you could have a lot amount, but then you need to be smart on when to pull out, when to stay in, how to manage your money. A lot of people just don't diversify. I hear so many times people, I put in a couple $100 a few years ago and I just don't know where it went, or I have a reoccurring amount. One guy had a recurring amount of Dogecoin and he actually sold it before everything went back up and spiked. But he had, I think, when he was counting, it was 13 straight months of buying it every single day. So he bought a couple shares and it wasn't very much, but if he would have just kept that up, I mean, shit almighty. You never know when it's going to pop. You never know when it's going to go good. And there may be some insider trading, but we're pretty far away from New York. So it's nothing we got to worry about.
Yeah.
What do you think about shutting your fucking window down now that we can almost see your breath here?
That's what I'm like. My toes are freezing.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened last time I came here. Because he was talking about, heat bill and that kind of shit. And it was
really hot in here earlier.
Yeah.
When the sun was out, it was beautiful. But yeah, he always keeps his fucking windows open. Well, last time we got done recording and we were all getting ready to go and take off, and then his fucking bathroom windows wide open. He's up on another level, so it's not like they can just climb over there.
You're right behind it.
Did you hear the podcast when Chris came out here and stayed the night?
Did I listen to it?
Yeah.
No, I didn't listen to that one. No.
Oh, my God. It was a really good story because Chris was over here, and it was winter out. And Mike didn't have a blanket for him. He told him to sleep on this dilapidated beanbag chair. There's like nothing left. Mike's got like 3 or 4 blankets on him in his bedroom, sweating, and Chris is out here freezing on the floor.
He slept out here?
Yeah, right by the fucking window that was probably open too.
Oh, God, that's hilarious.
Oh, Lord.
I still need the one that I lost off my phone because it was actually saved to my phone. Like, how you can save your download and save them, It was the one of you and Nate with the big storm. And Nate's boss picked him up with a dually. That was my podcast. I fell asleep to it every night. I remember I got my new phone and I was like, no, my podcast.
Lost it, yeah.
So every night I'd play that. And Krista would be like, I mean, she doesn't really care.
Why do you listen to other men talk while you sleep?
No, I just do like Joe Rogan or this film review podcast.
And that's a thing, too. I never realized on how many people would listen to us while they're trying to sleep. And, all those times that you just had random conversations or just a random yelling and screaming, what that would fuck up in a people or in a person's dream.
My brother would always send me links of Joe Rogan, like Joe Rogan with doctors and shit. It was pretty interesting. So I'd just be sick in bed every day. And just listen to these
sick in bed with COVID.
Talking about how vaccines don't work, which is true. I mean, why would I infect myself with something that obviously... How many fucking boosters have people gotten? They're still getting COVID.
They're just like the flu shots. You have to get them every single year, right? And you're always going to have to get a new one just to keep your body immune to it from getting it again. It's rather absurd. It's... I don't want to say it's government or big pharma making money.
Remember how they're like, you're not allowed on a plane, you're not allowed to go to a concert without showing your vaccine card. Yeah, now that's not a thing.
Yeah, times have changed a lot during the last couple of years, and it's fucking insane. Still get a lot of people that have the mask on. They get crazy when you don't have a mask on.
I still see people driving by themselves with a fucking mask on.
Mike's the guy that's like, are you afraid of the fresh air?
Are you afraid of the fresh air? The AC is going to give me COVID.
That was the thing for a long time. Everything's going to give you COVID, right? But it was the big key companies that came out and said only certain things will give you COVID. And I'll never forget this, probably the longest I live, but one lady told me that, you got facial hair. COVID is attracted to facial hair, so you should probably go home and shave. And this was like it was cashier at a fucking grocery store.
Go, man.
And I said to the lady, okay, so is that all hair? She said, yes, that's all hair. And I said to her,
shave your head.
So I said to her, does that mean you're going to go home and shave your eyebrows and all the hair off the top of your head? I haven't been back to that store yet, nor have I seen that person.
Yeah.
But people get crazy about that kind of shit.
Dude, that was a wild time, wasn't it? Like,
very wild time.
How did it go for you up here? I want to hear you guys just like...
I go to work, and then I'll have to go to a COVID tent. I'll have to do the questionnaire, have to get my temperature checked. Even if I had diarrhea the night before, they would be like, oh, you can't work. And we did that with all workers, so...
Would you get paid or no?
No.
Oh.
And then package handlers, obviously everybody was collecting unemployment at the time. And obviously it's like you're asking my package handlers if they have a fever, diarrhea, whatever, you name it.
A runny nose. Sore throat.
And it would always get the package handlers to come and be like, I don't want to work today. I'm going to click yes or write yes. Like, yeah, I'm going to go home. I had diarrhea last night. I had Taco Bell. It's like...
So Mike would keep a 5-layer burrito on him at all times.
You're just not feeling that worry. Pull out that old fucking musty burrito from your pocket. Pound that thing down. Within 20 minutes, you're shitting all over the place.
Yeah, so it was a fucking terrible time. Oh, my God.
See Mike in the drive. Can we go to an 8-layer burrito today?
I want to for sure shit my brain.
You don't even make those. Well, now we do. Now you do. Add some fucking more sour cream to that shit.
Can I get a 10-layer burrito deep fried?
Deep fried. Wrapped inside a gordita that's melted with cheese.
So yeah,
so you want a cheesy gordita crunch, but with a burrito in there.
This is, I guess, the first time that we really sat down and talked about it. For me, my experiences is the place where I was. All of us got around each other, and it was discussed that this thing called COVID-19 is out. And the night before, I knew some people in law enforcement, and there was a lot of break-ins. There's a lot of people just looting places and breaking in because...
Dude, it was wild.
Yeah, but because they didn't know. And there was a guy that was at work that day. He said, yeah, someone broke it into my house last night, and, they had to pull out the cameras, and they tracked the guy down who ended up breaking in. But around my area, a little bit more country... People were locking the doors. People had guns on them when they're walking around their yard, and it was weird because we were like caged animals within our
sure.
perimeter. You can have a conversation with your neighbor that far away, but then we didn't know if the wind could transmit it. We didn't know if being within 12 feet of people could transmit it, and there was very little known about it.
There was like your what was it called? Like asymptomatic, and they're like, you could have it and not even know you have it, and you're fucking infecting everybody around you.
Right.
I remember that shit. It was like, oh my God, I can have COVID, but I'm asymptomatic to where I don't show fucking symptoms.
And they're telling you to stay away from people, especially the elderly or certain people with compromised immune systems. So then someone like me, it's just like, Jesus Christ, I can't even go visit certain people because of that reason. So you had to be a hermit crab, and I had no problem with it. And I'm a fucking introvert. I play video games, so I could have stayed unemployment until now and been totally fine with it, right? There's people that I know that still have not been onto a work site, and it's been now 4 years because they can do the whole work from home stuff. When I did have to go into town to get the emergency items, right, because you weren't allowed to be on the road, when I had to go back and I had to do things for my everyday task, I had to have a piece of paper on me that said, yes, I'm an essential worker. I have to be out on the road.
Yeah, I still have mine in my wallet.
I framed mine.
It's in my car, yeah.
I framed mine that first
that's
thing.
Cool.
And I framed my first COVID test, too, because I never fucking got one. I've still never gotten COVID. I did lose my...
never gotten COVID. Never diagnosed.
Thank you. I've never been diagnosed, but I remember... So that mainly happened in March, right? In February, I got really fucking sick. And I mean, I'm talking... I was out for a whole fucking week. But again, it was something that wasn't really known and out there.
They didn't have a COVID test yet.
Right, and it was not widely out there like it obviously is today. And then there was a point... about 2 years into the whole COVID thing, I lost my sense of taste, and I couldn't taste anything.
You had COVID.
Negative.
Really?
Still, I eventually gained all my taste buds back, except spicy. So when I eat spicy food, and if I don't know that it's spicy unless I'm reading it, I can't fucking taste it. I'll know it half an hour later when I'm blowing my guts out in the bathroom. But
Your asshole will know it.
Yes, it may not burn on the way in, but it burns on the way out. So I know when I eat something spicy. But it's very fucking crazy because, like Mike said, if we wanted to go, I wanted to go to a concert one time, and I didn't have my vaccination card or anything that was updated. So nope, couldn't do that. I couldn't fly and travel anywhere. I couldn't go to the fucking gym. Couldn't go to the store and buy spray paint because that was not an essential thing. And I was still having to work every single day. So it was something that life, kind of stopped, at least for a lot of people. But no, it didn't really stop. It kept on going.
Not for me. It was every day. It was like I never worked so much in my fucking life.
But the best thing I will say about COVID, which is fucking horrible to say, but the best thing I will say about it, when you're having to commute to and from somewhere, no traffic.
No traffic.
That was weird.
No traffic. You would
no planes.
You would go into a town. You would have to wait for a red, green, yellow light, and you're just looking around, and you're the only fucking car on the road in the middle of the fucking day, and there's no one coming up in any directions. Well, no, I would still obey the laws.
He's like, I am not a law.
But no, it's weird because it feels like I'm trying to think of a zombie apocalypse movie, but it feels like everybody else around you is fucking gone. Like you're in an episode of The Walking Dead, or you're playing
I Am Legend, where Steve's going in grocery stores talking to mannequins.
Yeah, I got my fucking dog with me hanging out. And just doing her
own
thing. You would
have your dog with you. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just fucking crazy. So at least for us, that's what the experience was. Very odd. What about you? Because you were in a completely different state, different part of the country.
Yeah, I mean, I kept working. They did send us home eventually, but I remember they waited a long time before we went home. And I remember all those people are dying in Italy, and I'm like, oh, that doesn't look good. And then I remember one day someone took my Lysol wipes. Because there's like, you couldn't get Lysol wipes. So I was like, man, people are stealing Lysol wipes.
Hand sanitizer was like a thing where you couldn't find it, to where like alcohol, like Budweiser or Anheuser-Busch was creating like hand sanitizer for people.
Toilet paper was like gold.
Toilet paper was gold.
Diapers, baby formula.
Oh my fucking God. Yeah, I remember.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, I forgot about that too. It was like, couldn't find fucking hand sanitizer wipes to clean your area to fucking disinfect shit. That was a thing.
So then you still had to work every single day?
Yeah, like we just kept going. And I remember Krista was home, and she's like, you guys should take it seriously, because of what's going on. And then I saw the stuff in Italy, and then I got nervous. I was like, ooh, a lot of people are dying now. And it just got, kind of crazy. And I took it. I took the option. I said, okay, I'll take it. And then like a week later, they had someone like sick, come in. And yeah, it was not good. So, because it seemed like it was more strong at the beginning.
Yeah.
If you got it at the beginning, and the more it transmits, the less it's potent. So it was crazy. I remember everybody was just crazy. It was weird. I remember going into a Publix, and people were just like on edge. You could tell, that people were thinking they were going to get sick, or I don't know. It was weird.
That
it was weird.
Yeah, I remember being at a store and this guy's just hacking up his lungs, and I'm thinking to myself, "Oh God, get the
patient
fuck
zero."
I'm like, get the fuck away from me, dude! Like, and I'm wearing a mask because we all had to wear masks inside of buildings, and I'm thinking to myself, this guy's fucking sick. Get the fuck away from me, dude.
Yeah, someone I know saw people wearing gas masks.
I've seen that too.
I've seen those overdoers to where you would have like a person that would have an outfit or uniform for a beehive keeper, right? It would be head to toe
like
with
a
fucking glass,
hazmat suit,
and still had a face shield on and still had a COVID mask on. So, I mean, there were some decked out people that were going out in public, but the craziest part also is, like going shopping. You'd have to wait outside, 8 feet apart, and the wind couldn't be blown in a certain direction, and only certain people could be allowed into the store, and they only had 4 or 5 people into this ginormous fucking store. And, they weren't doing car orders at that time, so you would have to go shopping for 10 items because you're only allowed one per whatever, and you'd be there 5 fucking hours getting 5 items. And just they really fucking cut everything, at least around here. For me, where I live, they cut everything right down. I mean, they shut that shit down pretty hard. But then also it's a little bit country. So people are just walking around and, hey, neighbor, 7 o'clock in the morning, he's got his fucking 6-pack on his golf cart.
I know.
He's got one in his cup holder, not open. He's got one in his...
That was the great thing about it. All the neighbors were just like, day drinking? Day drinking, yeah.
Amen. Tuesday.
Oh, my God.
God bless America.
Living off the government, yeah. It was a wild time. I remember my hair never got so fucking long, and to the point where I went to my boss. I'm like, I need to wear a hat, and like my hair is just poking out of everywhere.
Oh, that'd been cool to see. Yeah.
Oh my God, it was so fucking wild. And like I saw my assistant senior one day. She saw me with a hat. I'm like, because we're managers, they don't want us to wear hats. I'm like, I'm sorry, my hair is fucking out of control. I don't trust myself with clippers. Like, just let me wear this hat. And like, it still looked goopy as shit because all my hair is just like piling out of my hat. And I'm like, I used to have my old badge photo, and it was like you would see it. It was just like a mic you would never see ever. It was so crazy.
It was a COVID haircut because nobody could get a haircut.
And then finally they're like, hey, we're opening stuff up. And I went and got a haircut. They're like, we need you to do this test. We need you to do your temperature. And, yeah, all the whole 9 yards. They're like, you need to wear a mask. And it was so fucking stupid back then. Because they'll be like, okay, I'm going to cut the side on your sides. So I need to take off your mask.
Yeah, I remember that.
How the fuck does that make sense? Just let me fucking have a haircut without a fucking mask. Like, remember that shit.
Yeah, you would take it off. They would do the sides. You put
and have to put it right back on. Or remember when they opened up restaurants? So like, okay, you could take off your mask when you're sitting down in your booth, but when you go to the bathroom, you got to wear it though. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
It's so ass backwards.
But then restaurants don't all do the protocol. So, if like when I would go out, I'll be sitting here. The next booth is right here. So, instead of that booth being taped out, there'd be another couple right there and not wearing a fucking mask. So, I'm just thinking, this is kind of pointless. You wear a fucking mask in. You have to wear it out in public. But then as soon as you're still in public and these people are not wearing it, they're definitely closer than 6 feet.
Dude, we did not do that. We did not do COVID good. We were... not fucking trained for that.
Get in a circle, cough in each other's mouths, and then begin the shit.
Cough in each other's mouths.
That's their greeting.
Yeah, who's not feeling good today? All right, Henry, we're going to hang out with Henry all day.
And then you'll have these coworkers that would just be like, you would swear they would just go over there and just lick a sick person because they don't want to be to work tomorrow.
Yeah, sure.
A lot of people were abusing that system, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I remember we drove up here and it was like, nothing was open and it was scary. I mean, the highways are empty, and I remember someone that I knew down there was like, you're going to get busted for crossing state lines. Seriously. And they were like pissed. And they were like, you better have your, like, what was there, something with the iPhone where it tracks you with the COVID notifications or whatever? Remember when Apple came up with that when it came out?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
it was like
they're like, Apple's gonna turn you in for they know where you're in. Oh my god! Right. But
my own phone service I paid for is gonna turn me in.
People went crazy over it, and then I remember when we came up, there was like nothing open as far as like restaurants or even the hotel. We were at this Drury Inn in Columbus, Ohio, like brand new, and there was like nobody there. And the man, because they do like a buffet dinner there, and like the manager would like serve you in like a to-go container, and it was just weird. I remember compared to when we went last time, the whole place was like packed, but yeah, it was weird. Yeah, we did do a trip during that time, so. I
remember being like a prairie dog when we're out in public, and then all of a sudden you hear someone coughing, you look right in their direction. Hold that shit in. You're ready to rip their fucking heads off.
Yeah, me and my coworker in the office, every time we hear somebody cough, we go, COVID. COVID.
It's coming our way.
COVID. I remember I came in one time to get stuff, and people thought I was quitting. I was just emptying everything out of my thing. But the best part is we had somebody that kept food, like brownies and cookies, and For like a whole year, it just sat there. Like,
oh my God, it must have smelled so bad.
yeah, I mean, I was just imagining like all that stuff that was like.
That's funny because when I did get COVID, like everybody was joking around with me. I'll be in the control room and I'll be like, have the sniffles and everything. And I'm like, and then everyone's like, "You got the vid? You got the vid?" And then all joke with me. And then like one day I was at work and I was like doing something. I'm like drinking a pop, and I'm like, I can't taste this. I can't smell anything. I'm like, I need to go home. So I called my boss, and he's like, "Are you fucking serious?" He's like, "Are you?" He's like, "Did you get vaccinated?" I'm like, "No." And he's like, What's wrong with all you guys not getting vaccinated?" And he's like yelling at me, and I'm like, "Dude, I think I have COVID." It was like 2020, something like that.
Sure.
And then I need to go tomorrow. So I was like, hey, I'll try and get a rapid test. Remember rapid test back in the day?
Yeah.
So like, I'll try and get a rapid test. Hopefully I can be back to work tomorrow. And I couldn't find any rapid test. So I go in Walgreens and I go through the little drive-thru and she's like, hey, stick this up your nose. You know, I did. It was like, yeah, we got to wait for 4 days. And I'm like, boss, I'm going to be out for 4 days. He was flipping out on me. He's just like, are you serious? 4 days? And I'm like, yeah, that's how long it takes. Eventually, it was like, oh, I get the email. It was like, you're positive. And everybody flipped out on me. It was such a bad... I'm like, guys, what the fuck? And my dad, I was living at my dad's house at the time. He's like, texting me fucking books. Or like, literally fucking like a novel in my text about how it could just be, you know, stayed in the air. It could be in the air. I'm not allowed to walk out of my room. And he's like, you know, you better have a mask on. And he's like, I'm all ready. He's like, because he had cancer. He's like thinking I'm trying to kill him. And it was such a fucking terrible time.
When people that I would be around that, you know, I found out because, you know, if the system works right, they're supposed to report, and you get that call or a text saying that, oh, you were exposed or might have COVID, take shelter kind of thing. Mm-hmm. When I would get those, I would come home and, I'll have a fucking mask on. I'll put on rubber gloves, and I'll just go into the back office and live in the back office because I didn't know. None of us really knew. There's just so much shit comes out different every single day on that stuff, and it's just a wild and crazy time. I'm glad we're not over it because it's still going to go on for a very long time, but at least we're through the really hectic stages of it. I don't have it. I don't think I do.
I don't think anybody's have COVID.
Well, you know what? I did kind of blow up your bathroom, so I don't know if that's diarrhea or if it was just a protein shake that went sour.
That's all right.
Should be fine, but you know, I left it all down there.
No, I'm good.
We didn't talk about video games much.
No.
We didn't talk about a variety of things that normally we would. It was nice.
Life.
We haven't all got together in a while, so...
I'm thinking at least over 10, closer to 15 years it's been since we've all been into the same room.
I mean, we're talking about something that happened 4 years ago. We're like talking about our experiences. So it's like, yeah, it's been a while since we all got together.
It's been a long while since we all got together. Yeah. So we'll have to get together again.
Yes.
Definitely for Extra Life. I would like to do something this year. So mark my words, it will come out. In the process now of gathering technology because I would like to take this into a video format at some point.
Mm-hmm. That'd be cool.
It would be, yes. And I'm looking at really nice lapel microphones for, and it's nothing against you guys, but it makes my job a lot harder when I have to do post-editing now and adjust all the audio levels separately. But that way, if you have a lapel on, as long as you're going to be there, someone like me is going to suck with having all the facial hair scratching up against it. But at least for you guys, you can have that conversation, turn back and forth, and not have those audio issues. Yeah. So I'm working towards it. Maybe the 14 and 16-hour days will eventually pay for it. Got to pay off that mortgage first. Oh, yeah. Being a homeowner is so much fun. Let me tell you. All right. Final thoughts. Mike, what you got?
Final thoughts are...
Go Lions.
I'm still very heartbroken. We were so close.
Don't break my microphone like you did last time.
What? I didn't break your microphone.
It actually doesn't work anymore.
Which podcast is that?
I'm not part of this podcast, apparently.
No, it was the last one we did. It was at the very end when I put it in, but it started to work... It happened midway through. You were adjusting your microphone, and then it fell over because you were fucking with it, all of a sudden, wham, and it hit the floor. Yeah. She's fully busted and completed now.
May 6th, right? The May 6th one?
God, was it in May?
Mike and Chris stopped by the studio to say hi.
No, the last one was here, right?
The last one.
Oh, no, I'm wrong. I'm sorry.
Was here, but I think it was. Well,
Hollywood.
It had to have been football season, at least the start of it, because that's when we came over. We did that one, and then Chris came over after. So it should have been the one from just a few months ago.
One. I have a hockey puck up there. It should say the date of the game we went to that weekend.
But now we are on Spotify, so for the people that have the Spotify app out there, we can be found.
I was telling. Remember, I told you to go on Spotify, and you're like, "Oh, I have to look at it." Now he's like, "I'm on Spotify."
And it's nice because the interface and everything on how it's done, it's easy. It's very easy. I do like it compared to what we're dealing with now. I want to revamp the website so fucking bad. And I really don't want to pay someone to do it, but I may just have to bite that bullet and to pay someone just to get a better working, running, and functioning website with a better interface.
Right.
Still trying to think on final words. How about we come back to you, Leo?
This is really fun. That's my final one. This is really nice.
Yeah, really nice.
Good time.
Welcome to Hollywood.
Yep, Hollywood land.
Yeah. It's too bad that the courtyard wasn't, half on fire by now. At least when it gets warmer, probably the tiki torches will be out there and people.
Oh my God, when you say tiki torches, it sounds so bad.
It's like Survivor, man. It's little trails of fire and how you get around.
It's like we're running people out of town.
I'm looking around. I literally see two lights on all the upstairs, and I can't see on the downstairs, but directly across from me at 12 o'clock and at 9 o'clock.
A lot of people are moving out. I don't know if it's because of you raised the rent $25 a month. Like, decent area. We got a Taco Bell now.
You got a Dollar General somewhere. I know you do.
There's a Dollar General.
Of course.
And right next door there's a Dollar Tree. And right after that there's a Dollar...
Family Dollar?
Family Dollar, yes. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, literally all right there.
You got your final thoughts done yet?
My final thoughts are... Thank you guys for being out. I really do appreciate you guys coming out. It means a lot. I wish I cleaned up a little bit more. I know I have my dishes. I need to do dishes and all that.
Honestly, the place looks about the same.
For some reason.
I'm not saying that it was messy the last time,
I know.
but
it literally hasn't changed.
Nothing has moved.
Nothing has changed. I still have your Star Wars bag right there.
Yeah. I might take it so I can give you a Christmas gift next year.
Yes.
Or this year.
Yes.
Later with the same bag. Mm-hmm. But it's okay. It'll still be there next time I'm here.
I was really hoping that I would have the new entertainment center set up. I know me and my brother are going to be taking the nieces out to Universal Studios here during the summer break.
Yeah, you put that in the group chat. Do you really think all of us are going to go down there?
No, I was trying to get you guys to come out with me to Star Wars Land.
Star Wars, yeah.
But he doesn't want to go there. He wants to go to Universal Studios. So I was trying to get one of you guys to be like, hey, I want to go take a trip with Mike down there. I wanted to create a lightsaber and everything. But
are you flying or driving?
Flying.
I want to know what the price would be of saying, okay, I want to go to Star Wars with you. I want to know the price of the ticket. I want to know flying or driving costs. I want to know the cost of the price admission just to get through the fucking doors. Easily. It's got to be a couple $100.
We did it. We went. It was cool.
No, I mean,
it was under $500 a person for the entire experience.
No. We did. Yeah, no.
I mean, get the fuck out of here.
I'm probably going to pay after the trip $2,000. I don't know.
Are you going with the niece? You're going with the kiddos?
The kiddos, yeah. So he's going to have a trip plan. He's got a deal going. He said if I go with them, it's going to be over $5,000, so like $1,000 something. But obviously, I'm going to be paying for food, whatever I want to get down there. So.
My God, give me a 24 pack of Trulies and a virtual reality headset. I'll be in Star Wars land.
Yeah.
The next day will
suck. It's just Universal, so they got like Harry Potter, they got like The Simpsons, and
sounds like a fun experience. Just sounds like a very expensive experience.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're only gonna do a one and done. Take the kids down there.
That's a good thing you don't have a pet. Last we were talking also,
I was gonna
mention a bearded dragon.
Bearded dragon is still on my list. I will get a dragon or probably just a dragon. I was thinking about getting a cat.
Well, you have to feed it every once in a while, just like the dragon.
Yeah. Dragons are cool.
You can't work no more 17-hour days and live at work and then, I haven't been home in 2 weeks. I'm going to go to Universal. Forget about the cat, the turtle, the dragon. They're all fending for themselves.
Now that I think about it, who's going to take care of the fucking dogs? Like, my brother's dogs.
So I think about going to a trip like that. I can do a lot of damage with the newer car, even for that price of going down there for that enjoyment. I mean, y'all seen the $200 hoopty that I showed up in, right? So it's something that I had the money. I don't know, maybe I'm a little bit frugal with my money. Not as bad as you, Leo. I know you own a couple gas stations and
what the hell?
Alex's, or what is it?
That's right, Alex's. Thank you for stopping. I just saw that $86 come through.
I saw the $86.
I just got my 47% off of that. Appreciate it, buddy.
That's funny. He's like, Alex's, yeah.
Yeah, stop at Alex's and spend at least $100 if you could.
Give these boys some free orange chicken while they're at it.
There is Alex's over in Clarkston that has a bowling alley.
That's fucking insane. So
Yes.
I've been to the Alex before, but today was the first time that I've actually walked around to see what
You
it's
actually
about.
walked around
Alex's? I
Yeah.
spent about 10 minutes because that's why I told you guys I'd be there about 2025 because I knew I had to stop. I had to get some gas, and it's a big hangout station, and it's right off the highway, so it's a great place for truckers and all that to come in, easy on, easy off. And walking around, I am jealous. I wish I had one by me.
It is really
You
nice.
can-
They have a hot bar? Like, is there hot food in there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
They have,
got
like,
$13
pizzeria.
salads. They have minestrone, pasta, desserts, cheesecake.
gosh.
They got so much
I wanna
craft.
stop there on the way back.
And craft beer, craft liquor,
Yeah, they have a
craft
lot of liquor,
wine.
beer. I usually go for their meatloaf, and they have the cheesy scallop potatoes. It's really good.
Yeah, it's very fancy. It's quite the nice chain, hopefully, all the way around. I haven't been in any other Alex's. But
Yeah, there's another Alex's that it's a gas station. It's probably like it's got like 2 floors to it, but it actually has a bowling alley, a bar, and yeah, just a lot of food. It was funny. My mom was like, we were at Buckshots that one time. Mom was like, I need to get gas. Where can I go? I'm like, go to that big ass building right across the street. She didn't realize it was a gas station. I'm like, that's Alex's. It has a bowling alley, a bar, whatever you need.
Yeah, because I'm sure they have an app. You can go ahead and get something ordered in, and by the time you get up to that stop there, I'll be ready for you.
Yep.
All right, I think that's going to cap this one off. We're sitting pretty close to 3 hours of unedited audio.
Oh, gee.
So, fuck me. That's me about 7 hours out of my life that I will never get back.
He's like, I got to go through all whatever Mike said.
All the political rants, all the bombs that were dropped.
Did he say Donald Trump? I got to take that out. Our phones do listen to us.
Yeah,
Oh, I know.
100%.
Yeah, I am.
100%.
I know 100% for sure that they listen, and that's probably why I leave a lot of my shit at home by mistake.
Yeah.
But it kind of sucks in this day and age because unless you got a phone, you got to have another way of communicating with people, and if people don't hear back from you within an hour, they could think that you're fucking dead, and they start calling everybody else, and then no one can get a hold of you when you just accidentally left your phone at home and you won't be around for another 12 hours.
Have you guys ever left your phone? Like, this happened to me recently. I was on my way to work. I'm getting ready. Got out of the shower. Got dressed and everything. Did my hair. Was brushed my teeth. Whatever. Set my phone on my couch. And then I'm like, all right. And I'm rushing to work. And I'm like halfway to work. And I'm like, I don't have my fucking phone. And it is such a fucking weird feeling.
Happens to me constantly, but I know a way to get around that because where I have to be for 80% of my time during the week, I have a designated phone there. So I always have at least 2 phones on me. And I can't fucking stand it. I honestly cannot fucking stand it because one's vibrating and this one I always have to keep on. They're always fucking going off. And it's always somebody that has to get a hold of me. But when I don't have a phone, a cell phone, they're very peaceful times. Like when I'm out camping, I'll have it, but I know I can't fucking use it, not even for music because, there's no internet connection, so it's dead to me. It's fucking
It's like
paperweight.
we had a tornado hit a couple of days ago over in Grand Blanc, and I lost power. It was weird because I lost my internet for like 2 days. So it was like really, really weird scenario to where I was like, I got home, I'm like, what do I do? And I'm like, I'm just going to hang out on my balcony. It was warm, believe it or not. It was like 60 degrees. And I was like, I'm just going to hang out on my balcony, have a couple drinks, and just enjoy the night.
As a tornado is ripping through.
As a tornado's ripping through 5 minutes away from me.
Yeah, that was rather absurd because I'm on the shift schedule that I'm on right now. I slept through most of it. I'm a light sleeper, though, so I did wake up a lot, especially those loud boomers that would shake the entire place that you're staying at. It was hard for me to go back to sleep. However, I can sleep through a storm, and I can sleep a lot smoother through a storm.
I thought it was peaceful.
Yes, very peaceful. That's probably the best way of putting it.
Yeah.
It was peaceful. Not having power and losing it, that was the unpeaceful parts. And it's also very strange when you lose power, and a lot of the people that, I guess I'll say it this way. A lot of people have no idea what to do when they lose power. Someone like me, great opportunity. If it's cold and shitty outside, read a fucking book. And pray that power comes on so the heater can come on and your pipes don't freeze. But of course,
I was like, I'll just scroll through TikTok throughout the night.
Yeah, and then your phone dies and you're like, shit. Yeah. What do I do now?
My car works. I'll just plug it into my car.
Well, a lot of times these cars, they won't charge a phone unless you're, actually operating it, right?
No, mine charges it as long as it's on. So
as long as it's on, but if you were to leave it in there, shut the door, and after a couple minutes, it probably shuts off, right?
I just kind of hung out. I'll just hang out in my car. Be that weirdo.
That's all right. All right, I think we are good for a podcast.
Oh gosh, what did we not talk about?
There's a lot of stuff we haven't talked about.
Yeah,
it was a good podcast. Leo, thank you for coming out.
Leo.
He's over blowing up Mike's bathroom.
Leo, son.
Remember, Mike only said to use one ply and then flush 3 times.
No,
I'm still trying to figure out how the fuck that works.
You can only wipe twice, and then you flush.
It's one of those toilets where you have to pull the cord on the
top. Oh, my God. Well, no.
Steve, the first time Steve's ever visited my apartment, he was like, first thing he looks at me, he's like, I'm taking a shit. And I literally was like, oh no.
Flashback from 2012.
Of the time we had to snake the drain. And
I wish I was there for the aftermath, but it sounded so fucking bad.
He was like,
oh, you said there was lettuce floating. I know you did it.
Lettuce. Undigested lettuce or digested.
Oh my God!
No, it's still green.
No, you did very good, Mike. You got a good apartment.
Thank you.
Yeah, great apartment, no neighbors.
No neighbors.
I'm kind of jealous. God. Actually, I'm really fucking jealous. Yeah,
take out the wall.
That's right. I don't know why it's still here. I would have ripped that thing down months ago, man.
Did you ever see the people that they think they found an extra room, but it's actually someone else's bathroom?
No,
in the apartment. Okay, I'll find it. I'll end you to my Instagram reels.
Instagram. Oh,
there's a guy on the toilet, and he's literally like, "Hello." And they think they can see Mike, and they're cutting through the drywall. I'll find it.
Hello.
The apartment life. It's got a big old fucking hole in the bathroom wall.
Just doing some demo.
Oh my God.
I'm searching drywall toilet.
Oh my God.
So I'm watching a video that Leo showed me. He's literally just cut through some windows. Yeah. The guy literally cut through an apartment wall. The guy's in the corner taking a dump on the other side of the wall.
He's like knocking because he thought he...
He's like knocking. The guy's probably fucking paranoid.
There's Mike on the corner. I love how the guy's on the toilet.
Like, guys.
Hi, neighbor. Sorry, I'll put this back.
Let me put the shirt back.
Oh, God.
Oh, God.
All right. It's been a fun podcast. Everybody out there, thank you for listening. Make sure you guys visit the website for all the content. And, Leo, thank you again for coming out.
Yes.
Any last words, Mike?
Nope.
All right. I throw all my trash in the courtyard.
Even my dude.
He waits until like midnight.
Open that closet, dude. Open that closet near you. It's nothing but bottles. So I've been throwing everything out.
Oh my god!
Hey, you're not joking. It's right up to the top.
Did I tell you about the pirate, Steve?
No.
They brought this guy in who was supposed to be like the greatest salesman ever, and he had like no clothes, no car, like nothing. And we thought that he got out of jail because like he was just out of the times. So we called him the pirate because he sounded like a pirate. He was like, "Oh, how you doing there, bud?" He'd always say "bud," you know. And he would always demand things, you know. So he'd be like, "What I need you to do is I need a webcam. I need a new setup for my stuff," like that. And he'd always be smoking. So when the new Star Wars movie came out, we were talking about it. He's like, "Oh yeah, I saw Star Wars. Yeah, I saw that back in the day." We're like, no, it's a different Star Wars. He's like, "Oh, I like to watch Mama's Family, Barnaby Jones.
Barnaby Jones.
And we're like, Bill, none of those people are alive or here. So then, when they got, because Germany, he had to provide him with everything. So I was helping him one time, and he's like, "Leo, I keep looking for this app store, but I can't find it." So then I showed him, he's like, That's good. So then I was like, "What are you doing after work?" He's like, "I'm going to go down to the library. I'm going to go rent some books on tape." And I was like, "You know, you can
What the fuck are you doing?
So like we always thought like he did time because he was just out of the stuff, and they were going to send him to China. And he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm going to take the flight out there. It's going to be great, bud. I'm going to bring in a lot of money." And we told him, we're like, "You can't smoke on a plane." What? Next thing you know, he's not going to China because he can't stop smoking. But that was the pirate.
Lives under a fucking rock.
Well, hang on. I got to show you the best photo, too, because with the pirate, he got him a car because he had no car, and he got him a Mercedes, a sports two-seater Mercedes, but he couldn't sit, so we used to always talk about him in the bathroom because he would try to like sit in the stall, but he couldn't bend his knees, so he would do like a trust fall, so you would just hear like this kabang, because the seat's down, but he can't bend his legs, so he would just kind of fall, and then people started complaining because he would mess up the bathroom. And Jurgen's response to that, this is how crazy that place was. I'm going to show you some photos. Every time I'm having a bad day, I think back, my life's not that bad. You know, he's an animal. He's out of control. When he was visiting China, he was getting food from a vendor, and he bent down. The vendor grabbed the plate, and there was like a river, like a dirty river, and he cleaned the plate in the dirty river and gave him the food. What the fuck does that have to do with anything?
That's a different kind of culture, for sure.
Yeah, he crashed a Mercedes one night. We think he was drunk when he did it because he said he hit a manhole cover, but the whole undercarriage was gone. So we said, "You sure you didn't hit a man?" But my favorite part was because it had an I got the photos here. Going, what the hell's going on here? And then it's still sitting there because it can't be moved. And then they gave him the Cadillac, and that was the one that I maintained.
It's probably totaled by now.
Yeah, well, he never checked the oil. I told him because I was eating oil. I'm like, "You got to check the oil." He never checked the oil in that thing. He would back up, but he couldn't turn his neck, so he would just boom every morning. You'd just see him just backing up and just out serious.
My God.
And yeah, he was a real life pirate.
It was a real life pirate.
You'll meet more of those in your lifetime.
Yeah, you know that thing is beat to shit right now.
Oh yeah, you know he's just driving around. You know. I mean, we've been with him. I mean, he would
putting out his cigarette butts in the seats around the fucking roof.
Well, he smoked in the rental car. We went to the rental car.
Oh, no.
Yeah, we went to Savannah, and he was just, like, smoking in it.
Oh, my God.
And my favorite was, you know how there's, like, those, like, concrete pillars in the road?
Yeah.
Went right over one of those. He was like, "What the hell was that, bud?"
Was that a child?
He got the insurance. Why not?
Joe Biden has turned the frogs gay.